ほら、ルフィ、今一緒に海賊になる仲間を探してるんだ。
Hello guys, welcome to my channel The Wandering Zoro, your go-to destination for anime-related content. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest videos. In today's video, we're going to be diving into part 1 of the series What If Deku Was Sold to a Demon Lord and Enrolled in a Demon School. So be sure to stick around until the end, and let's get started. Izuku placed a rose down on the ground in front of a grave. His mother's grave. Yesterday, he had gotten a visit from the police not long after he got home to learn that his mother was killed by a villain that went on a rampage. Izuku, rest in peace, Mom. Izuku slowly walked away from the grave of his mother. Luck was never on Izuku's side. From the age of 4, that was perfectly clear. Being a quirkless kid in a world where superpowers are of the norm, you get your fair share of discrimination. All Izuku ever wanted was to be a hero. But now he was all alone. The one friend he had was long gone. His childhood friend became his bully, and now, his mother is dead. Izuku made his way back to his room and sat on his bed. Izuku, why? Why does the world want me to suffer like this? Why did they take her away? Izuku picked up a figurine and threw it at the wall. Or at least he tried. Somehow, time completely stopped before it could hit the wall, freezing it in place. Izuku, what the? Then, all of a sudden, he could only see 3 things. A red background, rope tying him up, and a man with demon horns in front of him. Izuku, what's going on? The man threw a piece of paper at Izuku that had the word sold on it. Izuku, sold? What's happening? Before he knew it, he and the man vanished as the figurine hit the wall and broke. Izuku was now flying through an area unfamiliar to him, being towed by the man who had grown demon wings. Izuku, wait. Where are we going? Who are you? All he got was gibberish. Izuku, a what? The man snapped his fingers, and Izuku glowed a purple aura around him. Unknown character. Now you will understand the demon language. Izuku Midoriya, we are in the Netherworld. Izuku, the Netherworld? Unknown character. Yes. It's the realm of demons. Izuku, demons? Wait, I can understand you. Is this your quirk? Unknown character. No. I've put you under a spell. Izuku, is this some sort of joke? Unknown character. No. Child, it's not. My name is Sullivan, and I'm a demon. And you should know, you're here because your mother made a deal to sell your soul to me. So now you're mine. Izuku, Mom sold my soul to him? But why? He then saw a mansion in the distance. Izuku, what's that? Sullivan, that is my mansion. He snickered menacingly, and Izuku prepared for the worst. However, no amount of preparation would have prepared him for what was about to happen. Sullivan, please, young Izuku, won't you be my grandson? Izuku, be his what? Sullivan, you see, I've been alone here all this time. It's always been my dream to have a grandchild to spoil. Izuku, this was not what I was expecting. Sullivan, Levi and Bella bragging about their grandkids makes me so jealous. I'll buy you anything you want, and I'll spoil you rotten. So please, please say you'll be my grandson. Izuku, hang on, you just told me I was sold to you. Sullivan, truth is, your mother sold you to me for a good reason. She was already on the verge of death when I encountered her. She only sold you to me because she wanted you to have a parental figure in your life. But even so, I won't force you. Izuku, so that's why she sold me. Izuku smiled softly. He knew there was a good reason behind it all. Besides, this was basically his mother's dying wish. How could he say no? And so, that's how became the grandson to a demon. Sullivan, alrighty, now that that's been settled. He snapped his fingers, and the room he was in became a room of luxury. Izuku, holy woe. Sullivan, you're my first grandchild. Your food, clothing, shelter, and... He snapped his fingers, and Izuku's outfit changed. Izuku, holy WOH. What is this? Sullivan, your education. Your mother told me about how badly you were treated back at your old school, so you'll be going to a different school. You look so perfect and adorable. I'm going to enroll you in a demon school. The best demon school there is. Izuku, right. I'm in the Netherworld. Sullivan, all the paperwork has already been taken care of. I am your grandpa, remember? Izuku, my grandpa? Sullivan, WHO. I love how that sounds when you say it. On your first day, we have to take a picture. Izuku, he's as fast as Mom. Sullivan, There's never been a human being enrolled at this school, but you won't be eaten as long as they don't find out what you are. Izuku eaten. Sullivan then splashed Izuku with some kind of cologne. Sullivan, splush. This fragrance will cover up your human scent, so you can stop worrying. Izuku, good to know. Sullivan, I'm so relieved you're such a delightful kid, Izuku. Anyways, this room is yours. Izuku, really? Sullivan nodded. Sullivan, you'll have to get up early tomorrow for your first day, so get plenty of sleep. Good night. Izuku, I thought this was going to be my last day alive. Man, I was not expecting this. Izuku then went to sleep. The next day, Izuku woke up. Izuku, whoa, it wasn't a dream. He then heard knocking on the door. Sullivan, hey Izuku. Good morning. Did you sleep well last night? Later, Izuku was in his uniform and prepared to go. Sullivan, oh joy. My grandson's first day of school. Picture time. Izuku, stand right next to that. Izuku walked over to the sign Sullivan was pointing to, although Izuku couldn't read it. Izuku, what is this thing? Sullivan used magic so that Izuku could read the sign, which said entrance ceremony. Izuku, whoa. After that, Izuku and his new grandpa took a picture together. Sullivan, I'm so happy. My grandson's first day of school. His first little bag. So innocent. So pure. They then began walking to his new school. However, Izuku turned over to Izuku. Your name's Opera, right? Opera nodded. Izuku, about this school. They pointed straight. Opera, take a look. Izuku looked to see. Izuku, holy whoa. Sullivan, the renowned demon school, this is Babel's. They looked up to see many demons flying over to school. Izuku, whoa. Sullivan, I have to get ready, so I'm taking off now. Ta-ta. Sullivan vanished in a puff of smoke. Izuku, what about you, Opera? Opera, have a lovely day, sir. Izuku, thanks. Izuku began to walk to the front gate, but before he could pass it, Johnny, hey you. Izuku, me? Johnny, to the auditorium. Izuku, yeah? Thanks. Izuku ran to the auditorium, unaware that someone who will play a much bigger role in his life was watching. However, as everyone gathered, some demons were smelling something delicious. And eventually, the ceremony started. Announcer 1, thank you all for waiting. It's 6:06 a.m. Let's formally commence the welcome ceremony to Babel's. Now all of you rise. They all rose up. Announcer, time for the school song. Unfortunately, much to Izuku's dismay, the entire song was about how humans are nothing more than food to them. Izuku, geez. Of all the songs you could have come up with, you chose that. Announcer, next, a greeting from our director. Izuku, the director? But then, Sullivan, sing-songy Izuku. It's me, your loving grandpa. Izuku, he's the director? That got demons questioning if this was real. Sullivan, yes, indeed. My grandson's first now attends this school. And he's so precious and adorable, I could squeeze him till his eyes pop out. Izuku, great. If these demons don't kill me, then I'll just die of embarrassment. Sullivan, and right here I have the photo we took just a bit ago. He brought out the photo they took just about an hour ago. Sullivan, look, it's me and my grandson. Izuku, F it, grandpa. Izuku covered his face in embarrassment. Sullivan, well, that's really all I wanted to say, so bye. He zoomed off. Izuku, did all that just to embarrass me? Announcer, and now, we'll have a greeting from the new student's representative. A pink-haired boy walked up. Announcer, the representative of the new students, Asmodius. The girls were all fawning over him. Izuku, least it's not me. Announcer, what? Sorry. Giving the address in his place is our honor student, young Izuku. Izuku, thanks a lot, Murphy. It doesn't take a genius to figure out who was behind this. Announcer, Izuku, please come to the stage. Izuku shakily stood up and got to the stage. Announcer, if you wouldn't mind giving your greeting. Izuku, what do I even say? He then saw a paper fly down, one that Sullivan dropped on purpose. Izuku, here goes nothing. Aberrahawk. Everyone gasped. Izuku, Teratadari. Yuzabib. Rizatoru. Aburus. Sutamanu. Aberrach. You are you. Maharaba. Surazaza. After he said that, a green glow appeared on him for a split second. Then, the entire crowd burst into a cheer. Izuku, what did I say? Announcer, hey you. You can't go chanting forbidden spells like that. They're taboo, and for good reason. If you were to stutter or read it wrong, your body could have exploded. That's just common sense. Izuku, now you tell me. Announcer, that stunt was foolish, reckless, and crazy. And unbelievably awesome, too. Only a total idiot would use that spell. Or an oblivious demon who doesn't fear death. Izuku, what exactly does that spell do? Announcer, if it works, it'll prevent you from tripping and falling the whole day. Izuku, that's it? The payoff is so not worth it. Announcer, well duh. Why do you think the spell is forbidden? Izuku, I guess that makes sense. After that, he stepped down from the stage. But then, Asmodius walked up to him. You may call me Asmodius, Alice. Izuku, hi. Next thing he knew, he was outside with him while the rest of the students watched. Izuku, I got a bad feeling about this. I was supposed to deliver the school greeting. The punishment for thieving that spotlight from me is most assuredly death. He summoned fire. Izuku, great. So I am going to die. And since you so rudely stole my thunder, I reserve the right to test your mettle and see if you're truly worthy of it. Agreed? Izuku, I get the feeling I don't have a choice. Now, you only have mere moments to try and prove to me that you are superior to me with your body. He threw fire at him multiple times. Luckily, Izuku had done some training with a close friend of his only friend, so he wasn't some wimp. Combine that with Izuku's analytical mind, and he was a force to be reckoned with. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for people to accept him into the quirked society. Point is, he was handling himself very well. After a while, was on the ground panting. What the hell? I haven't hit you once. Izuku, I'm just as surprised as you. Look, I'm sorry for. Boy 1, Izuku is a beast. Boy 2, he hasn't even tried to attack him yet. Boy 3, wait. Is he saying he's not worth his time? Izuku, what? No, I'm not. I will not abide this. He got up. If magic won't work, I'll just have to take you down using martial arts. He created a fire sword. Izuku, holy whoa. That's so cool. Izuku, not only can you use flames, but you can control them. Are you also able to control their temperature? Can you change their color? Can you make an axe with it? A scarf? I wonder if mutter. As sweat dropped. Is this his bloodline magic? Talking so fast it gets confusing. I cannot understand what you're saying. Izuku snapped out of his muttering spree. Izuku, oh, sorry. It's a habit of mine. Shook his head to focus again. He then charged at Izuku. Prepare for destruction. Izuku dodged it though, but then he tripped on a rock and was about to stab a girl. But before the girl could get hit, Izuku jumped in front of her and took the slash. Izuku GH. Izuku felt a lot of pain as he was slashed by the fire sword. However, thanks to the spell place on him, he didn't fall down. Izuku, what the hell? You could have hurt an innocent girl. Izuku then grabbed by the arm, and then Izuku didn't let up and punched him in the gut, his fist empowered by a strange blue glow. Izuku, this fight ends now. Upon saying that, the students burst into cheer. Izuku, crud. I'm so sorry. It's just I got angry because. He then remembered the girl that nearly got attacked and rushed over to her. Izuku, hey, are you okay? The girl looked up to Izuku with a massive blush on her face. Unknown character. Yeah, thank you for saving me. Izuku sighed in relief. Izuku, thank goodness. I was so worried. Glad I was able to get there in time. Unknown character. More like took the blow. Look at yourself. Izuku, oh? He looked down to see that his new uniform had a big cut on it. Izuku, nothing to worry about. I'm sure Grandpa can fix it. Unknown character. Not that. Aren't you in pain? Izuku, a little. Not the worst pain I've felt. Unknown character. That's concerning. Izuku shrugged. Unknown character. I'm Gakko, by the way. Unknown character. I'm Eiko Oni. Izuku, nice to meet you both. He gave a smile, and Eiko exploded into a blush and fainted. Gakko, Yaikeo. Izuku, oh no. What happened? Gakko, you mean you don't know? Izuku, no. Gakko sighed. Gakko, don't worry. She'll be fine. Izuku sighed in relief. He then turned to who was knocked out by his powerful punch, and then took him to the infirmary. Of course, it took a while since he had no idea where that was. The next day, Izuku made the front page. The honor student chanted a forbidden spell at the entrance ceremony. Then he fought the head of the class and saved a student while taking a blow, yet shrugged it off like nothing before taking down the head of the class with ease. That's what it said. Sullivan, I'd expect nothing less from my grandson. You have such a bright future ahead. Izuku, first time someone's ever said that to me. Well, except for one other. Still, I need to Apollo. Before he could finish, Az entered the room. Izuku, oh boy. Az walked over to Izuku. Izuku, hey Asmodius. To his surprise, Az got down on one knee. Az, I am now at your service, Izuku. Izuku, wait, what? Az, there's nothing more to say. I handily lost to you in our earlier duel. On top of that, I was informed that you carried me all the way to the infirmary. And I, Asmodius, was moved far beyond what mere words could even express. Written demon law dictates that the defeated party must serve the victor. Therefore, Az, I pledge my staunch fealty to you, and will aid you in ruling over this school forever. Izuku, Huh. Izuku made his way to school. Izuku, never thought that the food here would be so good. Although, Grandpa went pretty overboard with the food. Az, hello and good morning, Izuku. I've been waiting for you for 6 hours and 6 minutes. Izuku, you were up since midnight. Az, yes indeed, sir. Izuku, you really don't need to do that, Asmodius. Az, oh, is that so? And please just call me Az. Izuku, okay. Az, may I carry your bag? Izuku, you really don't have to do that. And so, they continued to walk off. Izuku, if you don't mind me asking, where are we going? Az, well, first of all, Master, you and I are both in the same group. Izuku, really? Az, that's right. They'll divide the 163 new students into a certain number of groups, and we'll practice and prepare until classes begin. It can't just happen all at once. Izuku, I see. Az, today, we're holding the familiar summoning ritual. And now to the Familiars Hall. Izuku, familiars? Az, it's a tradition here at Babel's. After entering the school, each student summons a magical beast and makes it their subordinate. Izuku, I see. Asmodius, the student's rank will be determined according to whichever magical beast they are able to summon. Climbing those ranks leads to academic success here. The higher they climb, the better they do. Izuku, awesome. They then made it to the Familiars Hall. Izuku, man, I'm feeling pretty nervous here. Az, these results will also determine what class the school places you in. Izuku, I see. That's good to know. They walked past Eiko, who smiled and blushed. She'd never forget what Izuku did for her. How he jumped in front of her and saved her, despite them not even knowing each other's names. Eiko, Izuku. Izuku turned to see Eiko. Izuku, oh. Eiko, are you okay? Eiko, you already asked me yesterday. Thanks for saving me. Az, I'd like to apologize for nearly hurting you back then. Eiko, no worries. After all, thanks to you, I think I'm in love. Then, the doors flung open and in came. Unknown character. I am Nibirius Caligo, and I will be your advisor. Izuku. I get the feeling this guy's gonna hate my guts. Caligo. I am the sole, permanent leader of this ritual. And why? Because I maintain dignity at all times. I will decide whether you are disposable trash or remotely useful trash. But trash either way. For example, he walked over to Izuku. Caligo. If trash used the spotlight his grandfather gave him to chant a vulgar spell, and then had the audacity to cause a huge uproar right afterward on the Dame Day, that'd be immediate grounds for expulsion. Izuku, yep. Called it. Caligo. Also, if said trash attempted to hit a teacher during the entrance ceremony, that too is immediate grounds for dismissal. I will instantly and personally expel any failures. So let this be a warning. He then brought out a big billboard that played a video. It showed a heart creature that explained how familiar summoning works. Heart, the familiar summoning course. It's super easy, watch. 1. Draw a circle in crimson red on some parchment. 2. You head into the magic circle with said parchment. 3. Hold the parchment right above the candle in the circle center. 4. The smoke will start to take form, and your familiar will appear. Okay, now we're all going to. Caligo then punched the billboard to shut it up. Caligo, that's enough explanation. Izuku, well, that was uncalled for. Caligo, it is imperative that you only use the parchment with my seal on it. I can tell immediately if it's a fake. Gakko, excuse me, is this going to be dangerous? Caligo, dumb question. You will be summoning a subordinate and making it serve you. That's exactly what familiars are. And should a familiar ever disobey its master, there will be punishment. That's just how deep the pact between you is. Make sure you lot are suitably prepared. Line up in an orderly fashion. As that man isn't even trying to hide his animosity. Izuku. Somehow, I feel like there's another, better version of him out there somewhere. Meanwhile, in the human world. Aizawa. HCHO. He got a tissue and blew into it. Aizawa. Was someone talking about me? Back with Izuku. Caligo. Both of you, get in line this minute. Izuku and Az. Yes, sir. They got in line. As time went on, everyone got their familiars. Izuku had a field day sketching everyone's familiars. Eiko saw his nerdy side as absolutely adorable. But now, he was the only one left. Izuku got to the magic circle, drew on the parchment, and then burned it. But when he did, a massive amount of blue light engulfed the magic circle. Izuku shielded his eyes as well as everyone else. But then, unknown character, Seiji? Is that you? Izuku's eyes widened. There was only one guy who calls him Seiji. As he slowly removed his hands, he saw someone he never expected to see again. Izuku, Riki? Is that really you? Everyone uncovered their eyes to see the real Lu, as well as Izuku, who was on the verge of tears. Riki, yep. It's me. Man, it's been so long, Seiji. Izuku rushed to Riki and gave him a big hug. Riki, haha. You're the same as ever, Seiji. As then walked up to Izuku and Riki. As, Master. Have you met him before? Riki. Did he just call you Master? Izuku. It's a bit of a long story. As, this is Riki Steele. Riki, nice to meet ya. There was a lot of commotion about this. Apparently, this was not Izuku's first time summoning a familiar. Riki. Seiji, I'm gonna need some context. Izuku. You'll understand soon. Eiko then came up to them. Izuku, oh. Eiko. Riki, friend of yours? He says that, but he had a playful smirk on his face. Unfortunately, Izuku was too dense to notice. Izuku, yeah? Her name is Eiko. Riki, cool. He turned to Eiko. Riki, nice to meet you. And I'm Alice Asmodius. Riki, nice to meet you as well, Asmo. He froze. Riki, Arceus, damn it. Izuku, guess you haven't changed much, either. Izuku, sir? What's he freaking out over? Izuku, Riki has this habit of giving everyone nicknames. He's always trying to break it, but can't. Even now, as shown by him calling you Asmo. As sweat dropped. I guess it can't be helped. Eiko tugged on Izuku's shirt. Izuku, oh? What is it, Eiko? Eiko, would it be alright if I held Riki for a little bit? Izuku looked at Riki. Izuku, what do you say, Riki? Riki, fine with me. He jumped into Eiko's arms, and she hugged him. Eiko, you're so cute. Riki laughed a bit, and eventually, Eiko let him go. Later, Izuku and Riki were now with Sullivan. While they made their way towards him, Izuku filled Riki in on everything that happened during the last few days. Riki, so this guy's your Gramps now? Izuku, yeah? Riki, sorry about the loss of Waterworks, by the way. Izuku, thanks, Riki. Sullivan, it seems you two have gotten along quite well in such short time. Izuku, not really. We've known each other since we were 5. Riki's always been my best friend. Someone I could always rely on. I have his back, and he has mine. Sullivan, I see. Good thing too, because nullifying the contract is impossible. This ritual will lock you in for a year. Trying to undo it by force would probably kill you both. Riki, wait, only a year? Sullivan, HM? Do you wish to stay longer? Riki, yeah, Gramps. Arceus, damn it. Clears throat, Seiji and I are best friends, and I've already left him alone once back, when we were 10. Not doing it again. Sullivan, I see. Well, give me some time, but I can find a way to make the contract permanent. Izuku and Riki, thanks Grandpa/Gramps. Later, Izuku was walking through the halls with Az by his side, and Riki on his shoulder. Riki wasn't leaving his best friend's side ever again. Riki, so where are we off to? Az, we're off to get our textbooks. With subjects like demon basics, curses, pharmaceuticals, and the art of torture. Riki, how is pharmaceuticals the odd one out? Az, I can't wait. What about you two? Izuku, yeah, me neither. Then, they came across 3 students. Az, you lot. What do you think you're doing? Make way for Master Izuku. Riki, Asmo, you gotta take a chill pill. Az, huh? Izuku, we can just walk around them. Az, oh yeah? My bad. Izuku and Riki facepalm. They then walked around them and proceeded. But as they made it to the room, they heard a girl screaming. Az, there's something going on in there. And then a rolling green ball came out of nowhere and slammed into a pile of cardboard boxes. Ricky, what the heck? Izuku. Are you alright? And then, out of the pile came. Unknown. Character. Strike. She laughed. Izuku. It's a girl. Ricky. Gee. Keen grasp of the obvious. As. It's essential that you don't speak to her, Master Izuku. Izuku, huh? Ricky, why not? Then, she zoomed right in front of them. Unknown character. I'm Clara. Izuku, WH. Ricky, geez. Clara. My right foot's Connor and my left foot's Muff. My familiar's Falful. I was trying to grab some teaching aids, but I got too excited and crashed. Here, you want to eat some candy? When you see a big pile of stuff, don't you just want to go kaboom? Izuku and Ricky. I do / he does that enough already. Clara, I'm gonna do it again. Watch. She went on to set the boxes back up while singing. Ricky. Well, she's interesting. Kinda reminds me of you. You know, if you were high on caffeine. Izuku, very funny. Life in the netherworld was weird. But somehow, it's much better than life on the human world. Ricky. Okay, Asmo. Do you know who she is? As, Clara Valak. She's famous for being a colossal weirdo. She can be majorly clingy, so people avoid her. Izuku, seriously? Ricky, that's pretty sad. The announcer that's as trying and failing to scold Clara looked to see the three. Announcer, you're Izuku and Asmodius. And you must be Ricky, right? Clara, Izuku, Asmodius, and Ricky? Announcer, you can handle this. Using his magic, he floated them in the air, tied them all up in a rope, and flew them out of the hall. Announcer, whoops. You forgot your textbooks. He floated to them their textbooks. Later, Izuku, she's really full of energy. Clara, Izuku kins. Azaz. Rick, what do you want to play? Ricky, least I'm not the only one who nicknames others. Izuku, she does it on purpose though. Ricky, oh shut up. Clara, I've got tons of things. A spiky ball, a nom-nom book, a broken, bloody family murdered house set. As, we should flee. Clara, let's play murder house. Izuku kins, would you please be the tree in our yard? Izuku, Ricky, help me out. Ricky, don't worry. Just do what your heart wants you to do. Izuku, okay. And so, he pretended to be a tree. As, Master, don't. Ricky, come on, man. Just let it be. Clara, now, would you pretend you're a really strong wind, pretty please? And Izuku complied. As, please stop it. Ricky, chill, dude. Clara, hey Rick. Pretend to be my pet demon dog, please. Ricky just couldn't say no. Clara, good boy. She turned to As. Clara, as, you'll be the young housewife next door that my husband cheats on me with. Ricky, wow, that took a dark shift. As, this is unacceptable. Izuku, come on. It's all in good fun. And with that, he joined in and played the part well. Ricky, this is both hilarious and dark at the same time. As the game went on, Clara basically tried to murder As with an axe. Clara, Rick, stop this bloodbath of a lover's quarrel. Ricky, I'm the dog. What do you expect me to do? Clara laughed. Izuku, we're gonna need someone to be the husband and cat. Clara, Connor and Muff can play them. Here you go. But first, say hi. Izuku, a hi. He then saw the eyes on Clara's slippers move. Izuku, okay, wasn't expecting that. Clara, as, the husband's here. Ooh, think of the secrets. They just kept on playing for a while. Eventually, the three had to run away from a book monster. Izuku and Ricky managed to escape. As wasn't so lucky. But as they ran, they ended up coming across this giant door with a bunch of locks on it. However, they paid no mind to it. Later, Izuku and As were on the ground, completely exhausted. Ricky, however, was fine because as his Pokédex entry says, he has enough stamina to cross 2 canyons and 3 mountains in a single night. Clara, hey, up, come on. She tapped her pockets and brought out a big energy drink. Clara, here. She then brought out some chips. Clara, I have snacks too. Izuku, whoa, these fit in your pockets? Clara, not quite. It's my bloodline magic. She brought out a trident and a snake. Clara, I can make just about anything I've seen before appear. Izuku, really? He brought out his notebook and began to write it all down. Izuku, if she can make just about anything as long as she sees it, does that mean that she has to see it in person, or will a picture suffice? Can she fuse things together? Maybe she can mutter. Ricky, Seiji, you're muttering again. Izuku, huh? Whoops. As, Does he do this often? Ricky, yep. Then, Idiot 1. Hey, Claren. What's up? Clara went over to him and his lackeys. Clara, Yakin. Idiot 1. Well, did you acquire some more owners? Izuku and Ricky. Owners? Idiot 1. Whatever. Make with the drinks. Clara giggled and gave the 3 drinks. They then left. Izuku, Clara? Who were those guys? Clara, well, see, when I do favors for them, it makes them happy, and then they sometimes play with me. Ricky, that doesn't really sound. Clara, oh no, don't you get it? You 3 are the first ones to actually play with me. Anyway, so, will you maybe play with me again? She was fiddling with her fingers, making it impossible to say no even if they wanted to, which they didn't. Izuku and Ricky, sure. This made Clara squeal in excitement. Please, let's not, master. We might catch her crazy. Ricky, craziness isn't contagious, Asmo. Clara, you're alive again. Want to play with us? Let's run a hellish demonathon. You ready? Izuku, can we do it tomorrow? Clara, okay. The next day, they played a lot together. It was a lot of fun. Izuku, this has been really fun. Right, Ricky? Ricky, Izuku, Ricky? Clara, wonder what's got Rick so silent about. Oh no, could he be tired of playing with me? Maybe I should give him more stuff. Ricky, poor girl. Clara quickly offered Ricky some soda, and Ricky quietly told Izuku what Clara was thinking. Izuku, whispering I see. Later, Clara was singing while skipping through the hallways. Clara, I'm a lucky girl. We'll have all the fun in the world. But as she was walking, Idiot 2, that honor student sure likes weirdos. I mean, he's still hanging out with her. Idiot 3, why would he bother with that crazy chick? Idiot 1, duh, you guys, it's because she's convenient to have around. All you have to do is humor her every once in a while, so she'll use her powers for you, and you're golden. Know what I mean? I'm sure he'll get sick of her soon enough, too. They all laughed, not knowing that Clara heard everything. But, Clara, that's nothing new. She walked away, back with Izuku and Ricky. Izuku, I'm really concerned about Clara, Ricky. Ricky, same here. Sure, she's really energetic, but that's just who she is. Nothing wrong with that. By the way, she's right behind us. Izuku, wait, what? Clara yelled, and Izuku screamed as she pushed him. Although Ricky didn't. He saw it coming a mile away. Clara, hey, know what? This is my favorite snack. And drink. And book. And I even have a plushie. I got almost everything in here. Ricky walked over to Izuku. Ricky, whispering, you know what you have to do, right? Izuku nodded. Clara, I'll give you whatever you want, Izuku-kins. Rick, go on, look. So, will you play with me again? If you do, I could give you. Izuku, we don't want them. She froze. Clara, this snack is super yummy. Have some. Also, I have drinks. Oh, wait. Izuku, sorry. She dropped the stuff? Izuku, look, Clara, He froze as he saw her cry. Clara, this always happens. Everyone gets sick of me and never wants to play again. Izuku, crud. I said that wrong. Ricky, seriously, dude. You worded that in the worst possible way. Clara, everyone thinks I'm nuts, so I have to give them things so they'll play with me. It's how I make up for it. Izuku grabbed her hands. Izuku, let me rephrase my words. What I meant was, Ricky and I don't need any of those things to want to play with you. That's not why we were playing with you. We did it because we were having fun. Clara, you really mean it? Izuku, of course. Sure, the stuff you gave us was nice, but you really didn't have to bribe either of us. We enjoyed it plenty. Ricky, so you go a bit overboard at times. So what? Izuku, it's just who you are. And that's perfectly fine. So, will you play with us again? Her face went bright red. Ricky, oh boy. Never thought I'd see the day where Seiji starts accidentally building a group. Although I probably should have guessed it would happen someday. Clara, yeah. Oh wow. No one's ever asked me to play before. She started rolling around and destroying trees as she went. Clara, this is the first time. The first time. It's the first time someone's asked me to play. Ricky, I guess it's pretty surreal for you, huh? Sugar Rush. Clara, Sugar Rush? Ricky, Arceus, damn it. Izuku, haha. Ricky has a habit of giving everyone nicknames. Clara, oh, I like my nickname. Thanks, Rick. But then, Idiot 1, hey, Claren, we're thirsty. We could really use another round over here. Clara got up, but Ricky noticed that her aura was much different. Ricky, let's let this play out. Izuku nodded as Clara proceeded to teach these idiots a lesson by slamming a vending machine into idiot one's face. Clara, just put some money in, and it's all you can drink. Bye-bye. Ricky, sugar rush. That was awesome. Izuku and Ricky left the mansion and were met with Clara and Az. Clara, morning you guys. Az, hello master. Hello Ricky. A very good morning to you both. Ricky yo. Izuku, good morning. Sullivan, how wonderful. My darling grandson has already made 2 new friends. Izuku, I wouldn't call us friends. We just play together and talk. Ricky facebombed. Ricky, Seiji, we do the same thing and we're friends. Sullivan, Ricky's right. Isn't that what friends are? Izuku, it's just that I don't know how they feel. And besides, whispering, is it even okay for humans and demons to be friends? Ricky, Seiji, by that logic, it's not okay for you and I to be friends. Izuku, fair point. After that, they walked to school together. Az, let us head to the cafeteria, sir. There are no plans today. Izuku, oh really? And so, they headed off to the cafeteria. They then came across a big billboard that was listing all the meal choices. Izuku, there's so much to choose from. Ricky, I have a question. He pointed at a symbol that looked like a shield emblem with some kind of letter on the inside of it. Ricky, what's that? Az, oh, that's a ranking crest. All of your performances at Babel's are ranked, and the food you're allowed to order depends on where those rankings fall. As of now, Master and I haven't even been ranked yet, so the no-rank lunches are the only things we're permitted to order. Izuku, huh? Not much to go off of. Ricky, better than nothing, though? They went over to the food they could have. Az, also, the school lunches are free for us all, and you can buy other items at the school store. Izuku, I see. Now what to choose? Az, want me to help? Izuku, sure. Later, the 4 sat down ready to eat. Az, sorry for the wait. I had trouble deciding what to get you. Then, a bunch of food they didn't order came to them. Az, did you bring everything? Student, well, someone ordered 50 servings. Az, 50 servings, you say? They looked to see 3 idiot students snickering. Az, such a lowbrow prank. Ricky, Seiji, can I teach him a lesson? Izuku, I'm sure. Ricky, sweet. Ricky hopped off the table, and then. Ricky, 1 for aura max cowling. Ricky shot ahead at incredible speed and got in front of the 3 idiots. Ricky, 5% Kanto strike. He knocked them all out in a single kick. Clara, wow? Rick is super strong. Az, what was that? Ricky, it's my bloodline magic. 1 for aura. Its magic started out not that powerful, but after a while, it became as strong as it is now. Izuku, 1 for aura stockpiles the user's aura and turns it into power. The later the generation, the stronger the magic. What they said was mostly true. However, it isn't bloodline magic. A long time ago, back in the days of old, there was a Zorua that was banished from its region due to its practical jokes. The poor Zorua ended up in Hisui and died because of the climate. It was then reborn as a Hisuian Zorua. Arceus took pity on the poor Zorua and granted it the ability to stockpile aura and turn it into strength, as well as give it the ability to pass it down to other Pokemon to make it even stronger. But only Pokemon. If a human were to try to obtain it, nothing would happen. This was how the quirk, 1 for aura, came to be. Ricky is the 10th user of this quirk, having it be accidentally passed down to him via the 9th user's DNA, which was his late father. After that, Ricky and Izuku ate together in sync. They weren't able to eat it all, but they were glad to eat it anyways. The students were actually really surprised by just how in sync they were while eating. Eiko, they're so adorable together. However, the guy who runs the store, Come, came to them with Clara's shirt on the tip of his bamboo spear. Come, take with you. Clara, yay, he played with me. He does it whenever I come to the school store. I love him. Come, not play. Threaten. He dropped her to the ground. Come, you banned from store. Power replicates what she sees. Same as stealing. Must beware this demon. Shoplifter stabbed with spear. Ricky G. Violent much? Then, they heard Callie go. Callie go, silence. Honestly, I come over here and some fool is rash enough to cause trouble. What's all this rigmarole about, anyway? He noticed the others that were with Izuku. Callie go, what fresh hell is this? Clara rushed over to Callie go. Clara, hi, I'm Clara. So I went kaboom in the school store and got in trouble, but Azaz gave me snacks. You like chocolate, Eggy Teach? I'll put some in your pocket. Kelly go, I'm leaving. After that, they all went outside. Clara, hey, want ice cream? These were on the ground, so I picked them up. Ricky, sugar rush, you do realize we have to pay for them, right? Izuku sighed. Izuku, we'll pay him back later. Ricky, good enough for me. They all grabbed an ice cream. Clara, cheers everyone. Izuku, Ricky, and HM? Clara, here's hoping that we all end up in the same class. Ricky, oh, yeah, I'm with you on that, sugar rush. Izuku, wait, is that announced tomorrow? It's unthinkable that the master and I would be separated. Clara, and don't forget me. Ricky, and I'm your familiar, Seiji. No way am I not going to the same class as you. Izuku nodded. Izuku, I hope we'll all be in the same class together as well. Yes, I can't wait to spend my education with you. Clara, it'll be so fun. Right, Izuku-kins? Izuku, yeah? Can I ask a question, Clara? Sure. Izuku, would you two please be our friends? When he said that, and Clara looked confused. Pardon me, Izuku, sir, but what are these friends you speak of? Clara, like Machi? Ricky, wait, you don't know what friends are? No? Clara, Ui-gui Machi? Ricky, Seiji, it seems like the concept of friendship doesn't exist in the netherworld. Izuku, yikes. And Clara got up close to the two. Tell me, right now, what are these friends? Clara, what are these Ui-gui Machi-machis? Izuku, Ricky, an example would be with me and Seiji. People you do cool stuff with together, tell things to each other, eat meals with, they're pretty important. So, that would make you guys our friends. In that case, yes, we're all friends. That made Izuku smile brightly, causing to shield his eyes while Clara went bright red. Ricky, however, had sunglasses prepared. Meanwhile, Sullivan, so, I assume there are no objections remaining after this faculty meeting. This officially concludes the class assignments for all the new students. Valak, Asmodius, Ricky, and Izuku will be joining the misfit class for problem children. That's the only acceptable option for them, obviously. Everyone at the faculty meeting nodded. Sullivan, now, I propose that Caligo teaches the misfit class. Caligo was about to protest, but then, unknown character. Actually, if it's not too much to ask, may I teach them? The other teachers looked at them. Sullivan, are you sure? This is still the misfit class. Unknown character. I'm fully aware. However, that means they need the best teacher they can get to truly grow. And who do you think is best for the job? Put some thought into it. After a moment, Sullivan realized the teacher was right. Sullivan, very well. You will be their teacher. Caligo had mixed feelings about this. On one hand, he didn't have to teach the misfit class. On the other hand, the teacher that took his place basically just called him a bad teacher. But you know what they say. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Izuku and Ricky were eating breakfast. Ricky, I tell ya, Seiji, I never expected this stuff to be so good. He went back to eating as fast as he could. Izuku, you shouldn't eat that fast. Opera. Hell gray tea, Ricky? Ricky shook his head. Izuku, Ricky's not really a fan of tea. He prefers soda. Opera nodded and got Ricky some diet soda. Ricky gulped it down. Ricky, thanks Red Mutuo. Arceus, damn it. Izuku laughed a little. Sullivan, darling grandson. We're announcing classes today, and I made sure to put you in a very special one. Izuku, special? Special how? Sullivan. Well, you said you didn't want to stand out because it makes you uncomfortable, so Grandpa made certain your wish could come true. Izuku, really? Thanks. Sullivan, think nothing of it. They then heard Clara and Az at the gate. Sullivan, you'll be pleased to know I put your friends in the same class with you. You'll all be in the misfit class. Ricky, I'm sorry. Misfit class? Sullivan, yes, a class filled with lots of troublemakers who'll stand out far more than you two. Izuku and Ricky facepalm. Later, I'm in the same class as you, Izuku, sir. I'm so happy. Izuku, yeah, but the problem is we're in the misfit class, which is filled with a bunch of troublemakers. Master, any class I'm in with you is automatically the best class. I couldn't ask for anything more. Izuku, oh, wow, really? That's so good to hear. He smiled, and they continued to walk. Hey, by the way, why do you walk to school, Izuku, sir, when you could fly? Izuku, crud. Ricky, Seiji may not seem like it at first glance, but he enjoys to exercise his body, and walking to school is a great way to exercise. Really? That's impressive. Izuku, Thank you so much, Ricky. Ricky, no problem, Seiji. They then looked over to where their class was. Clara, I'm with Izuku Kins. I'm so happy. The three of us together. Hooray. Eiko, I'm not in Izuku's class. She fell to her knees. Gakko, you okay, Eiko? Eiko, I will be, I suppose. Later, they were at the first year's tower. Ricky, all right. Now where's that class? They then saw a floating arrow that began to lead them to the right direction. However, they were going into a cave from outside. Izuku, I guess it's down here. Ricky wasn't expecting an underground classroom. Clara, I wonder how much farther it is. Ricky, not much farther. How can you tell? Izuku, Ricky has the ability to sense the auras of others. Oh. Izuku sniffed. Izuku, ugh. This stinks. Ricky, well duh. We found the garbage dump. Clara, it's even farther down. Eventually, they made it to a big wooden door that looked broken down. Izuku reached for the door and opened it. But as they stepped in, a bunch of weapons came after them. Izuku, oh crud. He managed to avoid all the weapons just barely. Ricky, that was close. The other students began to clap. Student 1, nicely done. Student 2, brilliant. Student 3, no wonder he's the honor student. Student 4, I'd like to see that again. Student 5 just yawned. Student 6, suffering makes a real man out of you. Clara, you are so cool. Student 7, arg. But I lost the stupid bet. Student 1, oh yeah, I win. Student 8, all right, come get your winnings. Okay, line up, guys. Ricky, the hell, dude? Student 8, come on. We're just having fun. Student 1, yeah, we bet on how many times he'd get hit. Ricky, what's wrong with you, Poppy? Oh, never mind. This is the misfit class. Student 1, man. You and your owner are the first ones who's ever dodged them all. Author's note, if you're confused, Ricky is still on Izuku's shoulder while they are walking around. Student 2, though, if you can believe it, there was someone who managed to catch all of them. Catch them all, what? Student 9, absurd. They looked over to see a mountain of a man, and the swords were in his body. Student 9, I would never dodge them. How cowardly. Izuku, Ricky, and he caught them all. Clara, wow, you're huge. He flexed, and the swords flew right off him. Student 9, huh? That's right. I, the great Sabnok Saburo, am strong enough to be worthy of becoming Demon King. Izuku, the Demon King? Sabnok, listen well, honor student. I will become Yod first, and then the Demon King. Izuku, huh? Sabnok. Also, this is very important. Thou shalt kneel before me when I become Yod. Izuku. Sorry, what's all this about becoming a Yod? I don't understand. Sabnok. Yod is the highest demon rank. There are 10 known ranks of demon. The names from lowest to highest are Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, He, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, and Yod. Izuku and Ricky stared at each other. Izuku. So the rankings are based on the alphabet. Ricky. Seems like it. Sabnok. The Demon King is the most powerful of all demons, and therefore the one king to rule them all. So, naturally, the one who'll achieve it will be me. But I have to rise in rank first. Which means, any who rank above me I despise with the fire of 1,000 suns. He clenched the sword in his hand and destroyed it. Izuku. Yikes. Student 1. Comments like that one and fighting teachers are why you ended up in this class. Student 8. Oh yeah? You even made the school paper. Sabnok. I figured the quickest way to climb the ranks was to defeat a teacher, so I did it. Ricky. And how did that go, MT Sabro? Sabnok. What did you call me? Ricky took a deep breath. Ricky, Arceus. Damn it. Izuku. Don't mind him. He has a habit of nicknaming everyone. He calls me Seiji. Sabnok. Are you saying that something like that would bother me? He got closer to them, but has got in front of them. That's quite enough boorishness out of you, Sabnok. Sabnok. If it isn't Asmodius. The top of the class. I heard you even summoned a Gorgon snake as your familiar. Indeed. Sabnok. That's nice. But I summoned a Kelby, which has more legs than yours, so too bad, it wins. What kind of reasoning is that? Sabnok. But of course, the moment you became the honor student's worker, you no longer qualify to be my rival. So sorry. Who would want a title like that? And for your information, I'm not Master Izuku's worker. I am his friend. Sabnok, a friend? Student 2. What is he talking about? Student 7. I've never heard that word before. Clara, yay for friendship. I'll elucidate. Friends spend time together and share in each other's joys and sorrows and form a pact to seal their loyalty and willingness to die for one another. Ricky, not exactly, but you aren't too far off. This caused a lot of commotion until there was a knock at the door. Unknown character. If you're done now, can you please take your seats? They quickly got to their seats and the doors opened for them to see. The old man walked to the front of the classroom. Unknown character. Greetings, class. I'm your teacher, Jerson Boom. You can call me whatever you like, long as it's not inappropriate. Originally, Caligo was going to be your teacher. Izuku gulped, seeing how Caligo already didn't like him. Jerson, however, if you ask me, he's not really fit for teaching. Really, he'd just go out of his way to make all your lives as miserable as possible. Especially since this is the misfit class. However, if you ask me, what you kids need is someone willing to go out of their way to help you properly mature. Izuku sighed and relied as well as the others. Jerson, however, that doesn't mean this class is going to be easy peasy. You're going to have to go through some hardships to get stronger. I'm not about to let this be a class where I'm just going to take a nap for the whole day and let you do whatever you want. I hope you understand that. Everyone nodded. Jerson, good. Now for roll call. Agar's Pissarro. Pissarro simply yawned. Jerson, good enough. Asmodius Alice. As stood up and bowed. Sir. Jerson, Aloser Schneider. Aloser, I'm a learning machine. Jerson, I like that attitude, kid. Andro M. Jazz. Jazz, yo. Jerson, Elizabetta IX. Elizabetta, sing-songy here. Jerson, Clara Valak. Clara, here I am, old man. Jerson, good enthusiasm, kid. Came Camwy. Camwy said nothing as he was too busy staring at Elizabetta. Jerson, well, I'm not nearsighted or farsighted, so I can see him. But Camwy, I'm going to need you to focus. Camwy, oh, sorry. Jerson, Garp Goman. Goman, you're looking at him. Jerson, Carolee Crossel. Crossel, here. Jerson, Shax lied. Lied was playing his game console. Lied, yeah, okay. Here. Jerson, lied, I'm going to need you to put your game away. This is time for class. Lied groaned and complied. Jerson, Sabnock Sabro. Sabnock, cool. Jerson, Person Soy. The student said nothing. Jerson, well, he's here anyways. Ricky Steele. Ricky, nice to meet you. Jerson, and finally, Izuku Midoriya. Izuku, here, sir. Jerson, good. Everyone's present and accounted for. Now for class to begin. It's time to start the process that'll determine your ranks. Izuku, wait, our ranks? Jerson, yep. Follow me. He led them over to these magic elevators that brought them to a big valley. Jerson, this is going to be a race. Your ranks will be determined by the familiar summoning exam that was given previously, along with this race. The goal is to reach the flag atop a peak covered in mist far beyond this valley, before your classmates beat you to the punch. Here's the court layout description. He snapped his fingers and summoned that same billboard that Caligo brought during the familiar summoning exam. Heart, here's how the course will go. It'll be more time-consuming, but you can take the chill, relaxing route through Warbling Valley, or the Cutthroat Valley course. Though, there are many perils and traps along the way. Beware, the mountains are vast and treacherous, and the demon birds will protect their nests at all costs. Okay then, let's go? The video then ended. Jerson, that's the breakdown. Sabnock, the only way to get through this like a boss is Cutthroat Valley. Jerson, ooh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. This year, Warbling Valley is the sole option. Sabnock, for real. But why? Jerson, we're not sure why, but the Guardian of Cutthroat Valley has been in a pretty bad mood. So it's strictly off limits. If the circumstances were different, I would actually encourage you to take whatever path you want. After all, life is all about the choices you make. However, I'm your teacher. It's my job to make sure you kids aren't just educated, but safe as well. If you go in there, we can't guarantee your safety. Sabnock, forget that, I'm going in there. Otherwise, what's the point of even doing this? Jerson, to determine your ranks. You don't need to go through Cutthroat Valley to do that. The gates then opened. Jerson, all right, kids. Ready? Everyone got their wings ready apart from Izuku and Ricky, who didn't have wings. Jerson, go. Everyone but Izuku and Ricky flew off. But they kicked up enough wind pressure that pushed Izuku and Ricky off the cliff. Izuku, oh no. Ricky, We're in for a rough landing. However, their landing ended up being soft. They looked down to see a bunch of pillows on the ground that broke their fall. Izuku, we're safe. Ricky, wait, where did these pillows come from? Then, from right behind them. Jerson, nice of you to drop in. They jumped in surprise. Izuku, what the? How did you? Jerson, GYHHH. I told you. I'm your teacher. It's my job to look out for you. He walked ahead of them. Jerson, sides. He stopped. Jerson, humans can't fly. Izuku, yeah? No kidding. Wait, HUH. Jerson, yep. I know you're a human. Izuku. Ricky, but how? Jerson. Oh, I know a human when I see one. But don't worry. I'm not gonna eat you, Izuku. Although, I can't exactly help you out in this test here. Izuku. But how are we supposed to get back up? Jerson, use that head of yours. I've been told that you're a kid with a brilliant mind. Put it to good use. Think of this as the first test of your training. Izuku, my training? Jerson, correct me if I'm wrong, but you dream of becoming a hero, right? Izuku, yes. How did you? Jerson, your grandpa told me. He also told me about the discrimination you faced when you were living in the human world. All because you didn't have some genetic mutation. When most other people look at you, they saw a worthless, defenseless kid. Izuku looked down while Ricky was getting angry at Jerson. Jerson, but when I look at you, do you know what I see? Izuku, what? Jerson, I see a kid. One who was born to be a hero. I can say for certain that you've got the heart of a hero, as you proved it when you saved Eiko Oni by taking that hit that you could have dodged. You have the potential to become a hero even better than All Might. The only problem is that you've got a lot of untapped potential that you need to unlock. Izuku's eyes widened by his words. So did Ricky's. Jerson, now, as your teacher, it's my job to help you tap into that potential. So what I say? Izuku. Jerson, this is the first time a teacher actually said something like that to me. I accept your offer. Jerson, GYHHH. Just the answer I expected. Now, your first test is to make it through here. Don't worry, though. If things go wrong, I'll be there to help you out. Trust me. Izuku nodded with a determined look in his eyes. Jerson, good luck, kid. Jerson then disappeared in a flash. Ricky, he's certainly different from your other teachers. Izuku, yeah? He might be the best teacher ever. Ricky, well, we've got our plan. Let's move. Izuku, right. He rushed off through the area. Meanwhile, Jerson was at the end of the path. Jerson, alrighty. He snapped his fingers and summoned a seat with a magic mirror in front of it. Jerson then sat down. Jerson, let's see how the other kids are doing. When the screen that was the mirror turned on, he got a face full of Picero's tired face. He saw that. He lied, and Kamui weren't really taking this seriously. Kamui only showed focus when he found some flowers to give to Elizabetta. But even though she took it, she stomped on his face cause he was rather open about his wants. Jerson, those three need some improvement. The cameras switched to where Jazz, Aloser, and Gomen were. Jazz had taken an egg, but that angered the birds. This led to a fight and stalled their flight progress. Jerson, poor kids. The screen then switched again in time to see that Az was flying through the area with incredible speed. He also burned down a bunch of plant monsters, but then he noticed that Clara had clung onto his back. He then got distracted by something and got caught in vines. But Jerson then found out that the reason was because Sabnok was going through Cutthroat Valley. Jerson, so Sabnok went there after all. Well, Izuku, if you end up there as well, this will be a good test on becoming a hero. But if things go bad, he summoned his hammer. Jerson, then it looks like the Hammer of Justice will need to make an appearance. I wonder how he and Ricky are doing. Meanwhile, Izuku, you said that someone's in pain around here, right? Ricky, yep. That aura is unmistakable. And it should be Raiite. He pointed up to a nest high up. Ricky there? Izuku, great. What do we do? Ricky, easy. I'll get us up there using one for aura. I've mastered like 20% of it now. It should be enough. Izuku, if you say so. Ricky then activated one for aura at 20% and grabbed Izuku, and then jumped up high enough to make it to the nest. Izuku, great job, Ricky. Now where is? He looked behind to see. Izuku, ah crud. The big bird squawked at them, but then fell down in pain. It tried to get up, but kept groaning in pain. Izuku and Ricky then saw why. Its talon was cut. Izuku. Oh no, you're hurt. The bird squawked in anger. Izuku, sorry. But I get it now. You're scared because you're injured. Ricky, how can we help it? It doesn't understand us. Izuku, can't you communicate with it? Ricky, yeah, but the problem is it likely wouldn't trust me. We're gonna need another way. Izuku thought to himself before he got an idea. He grabbed a sharp stone. Izuku, watch me. He then cut his hand with the stone. This really confused the bird. Izuku then brought out a rag and then wrapped it around his hand. Izuku, see? Now it's better. And I want to do the same thing for you. Is that okay? The bird then gave him its talon. Izuku, thanks. He walked over to the cut. Izuku, okay, first, I should tear off some fabric. But as he adjusted the fabric, a drop of vital fluid fell down and entered the bird's wound, causing it to heal almost instantly. Ricky, whoa? Izuku, how did that happen? Ricky, maybe your vital fluid has healing power here. Izuku, you may be right. The bird then got up and squawked happily. Izuku, I'm glad you're okay now. Ricky, same here. They smiled. The bird then got closer to them. Izuku, oh crud. I forgot that I'm basically a delicacy here. Ricky, don't worry, Seiji. The bird nuzzled Izuku. Ricky, it's just really thankful for what you did for it. Then, the bird put Izuku and Ricky on its back. Izuku, whoa, you're giving us a ride? The bird cawed in agreement. The bird then flew off. Izuku and Ricky were flying through the area really quickly. Ricky, this is one fast bird. Izuku, do you think it's going to fly us straight to the goal? Ricky, most likely. As they continued flying, there were a bunch of signs telling them how dangerous it was. Izuku, well, this is bad. Ricky, it gets worse. Look, he pointed over to where Sabnok was, and he was about to die by the hands of the guardian of Cutthroat Valley. Izuku, Sabnok. Without hesitation, Izuku jumped off the bird's back and got in front of him. Izuku, hang on. Sabnok, Izuku, what art thou doing? The guardian was about to kill them both, but stopped. The bird that Izuku helped got to them in time as Ricky jumped off its back and landed on Izuku's shoulder. The bird was squawking. Ricky, please, mama. Don't hurt them. The broccoli boy and his puppy friend helped me. They're good people. That's what it's saying. Sabnok, you can understand it? Ricky, MT Sabro, I'm literally a talking jackal. Of course I can understand it. Izuku, Sabnok, are you okay? You look like you were in trouble, so I will. Ricky, he jumped off the bird's back to protect you. Sabnok, wait, could that bird you were rising be the child of the guardian? Ricky, wait, that's the guardian? Izuku, I mean, don't you think it's obvious, Ricky? Ricky, good point. Sabnok then looked over to his sword. Sabnok, yes. Now's my chance to attack. Ricky, MT Sabro, don't. Sabnok, don't what? Ricky, attack it. Izuku, you were going to attack it? Sabnok, how did you? Ricky, I have the ability to read minds. Sabnok, well? Izuku, hey guardian. Look, your baby's foot is all better now. I understand why you were upset. My mom would likely do the same thing if I was in your child's position. Don't worry, we won't hurt you. Both birds then bowed to the three. Sabnok, the guardian, it's bowing. Izuku bowed back. Izuku, don't worry. I'm just happy to help. Sabnok, so this is the honor student, Izuku. What an unbelievable demon. After that, the guardian let them ride on it and brought them over to the end of the area, surprising everyone. Jerson, GYHHH. Well, Izuku, Ricky, and Sabro are back. Izuku, Ricky, and Sabro got off the guardian. Jerson, I knew it. This kid's a natural hero in the making. And as his teacher, it's my job to help him achieve his dreams. I can't wait to see what your future holds, Izuku. Later, Jerson, all right, kids. I'll announce your ranks. Then, a three-eyed owl landed beside him. Jerson, this adorable fella is the rank owl. During the test, he was watching and assessing your every move. If you reach into the pocket on his belly, he'll give you your ranking badge. It looks like this. He showed them what the badge looked like. Jerson, all right. We'll go in order of who crossed the finish line first. So Asmodius will go first, Clara will go second, and so on. Izuku, I'm glad Jerson isn't punishing us despite coming back with a guardian. Sabnok, the looks on their faces were quite a sight to behold, weren't they? Ricky, yeah, big time. Sabnok, Izuku, I have to say, this is not something I could have accomplished alone. Allow me to show thee my sincere gratitude. I am no match for thee. He bowed to Izuku. Izuku, Sabnok, I apologize for my rudeness. for thou art amazing. So today, I formally dub thee my rival. Izuku, huh? Ricky snorted. Sabnok, let's you and I compete for the Demon King's throne. Izuku, are you serious? But I'm not really. Jerson, I hate to break up this chat, kids, but you need to get in line. Izuku, sure. Sabnok, right. Ricky, you got it. They got in line. Afterwards, everyone started to get their rankings. Az got a Dalit. Clara got Gimel, much to Az's dismay. Jazz got a Gimel. Crossel got Bet. Soy got Bet. And so on and so forth. When it was Sabnok's turn, he got a Bet. But he wasn't complaining. Jerson, all right, Izuku, you're up. Izuku nodded and went to the rank owl while everyone was talking about what he might get. Izuku, here goes. He put his hand in the pouch. Jazz, you guys think he'll pull out something weird again? Jerson, who knows? The bird hasn't even said anything in a year. Then, the rank owl screeched. Ricky, are you sure about that? Jerson, well, that was a surprise. The bird then flew off without giving Izuku his rank. Izuku, I didn't even get my badge. Everyone was staring at him. Izuku, guys, why are you staring at me? Seriously, you're making me nervous. Ricky, Seiji, correct me if I'm wrong, but was that ring always on you? Izuku, a ring? He looked at his hand to see that there was a ring on him. Sabnok, that can it be? I knew it. The golden sign of the Demon King. The Ring of Solomon. Izuku tried to get it off, but it wouldn't budge. Izuku, this thing is on really tight. Can I have some help? But as he approached the others, they backed away in fear. Izuku, come on, why are you guys scared? Ricky, probably because of that. He pointed at Izuku, what the? Get it off. Get it off. You must calm down, Izuku, sir. Ricky, calm down. We have no idea what the heck that thing is, but no way is it good news. The shadowy thing then let out an ear-splitting scream. Ricky, geez. This is worse than 1,000 screech attacks. It wasn't just them who heard it. The entire school heard it. Izuku, are you guys alright? Lied. How are you not being affected by this? Ricky, probably because he's the one wearing the ring. Izuku, how do I make it stop? Clara, I know. A lullaby? Musical note, it's sleepy, sleepy, sleepy time. Please go back to sleep. Once you roll into bed, you'll never wake up again, musical note. The weirdest thing? It was actually working. Jerson, this is peculiar. Sabnok, stop. I'll take care of this. He walked over to Izuku. Izuku, hold on. You shouldn't get too close. Sabnok, fear not, my stalwart rival. I'll easily pull this black smoke. Before he could finish, the shadow slapped him and somehow drained him of his strength. Izuku, Sabnok. Ricky, now what? Leave this to me. Before he could finish, the shadow bit his head and drained him of his strength as well. Ricky, déjà vu, anyone? Jerson, Izuku, let me get a closer look. He then saw an illusion of his arm being bitten off. However, he wasn't fazed in the slightest. Jerson, seems like this thing's threatening me. Itch him what to do. Then, Sullivan showed up. Sullivan, I believe I can help. Jerson, Sullivan, good to see you. Any ideas on what to do here? Sullivan, as a matter of fact, I do. Although, I can see why you wanted to be the teacher of this class now. If it were Caligo, he'd try and blow off Izuku's arms. Izuku, he'd what? Jerson, Caligo would normally try to find either quick solutions that often go wrong, or try to make the solutions as sufferable as possible before doing it the right way. I don't know why he became a teacher in the first place, but I'm not letting him do stuff like that to you kids. He'd also try to cover up those wrongdoings. In this situation, he'd lie and say that you guys would be in danger, but he wouldn't mean it. Ricky, what an idiot. Then, the shadow grew and was about to attack Sullivan, but he put his hand on the shadow's mouth. Sullivan, eat up. Enjoy your meal. The shadow then went back into the ring. Ricky, it went back in. Izuku, if you don't mind me asking, Grandpa, what was that thing? Sullivan, you see, my boy, your ring is called the gluttonous feeder ring. Izuku, the gluttonous feeder ring? Sullivan, it's a magical piece that stores the wearer's powers, but as it empties, it'll try to eat any powers closely available. Izuku, that sounds intense. Sullivan, don't worry. As long as you make sure it's always fed enough, it's perfectly harmless. Ricky, I guess the ring was crying out because it hasn't been fed in Arceus knows how long. Sullivan, that does seem to be the logical conclusion, as he still has that much magical power after letting the little monster eat so much. Chair Demon Sullivan is a force to be reckoned with. Jerson, is there a way to remove the ring? Sullivan, nope. Once my grandson put that ring on, it became stuck on him for life. Izuku, what? Jerson, GYHHH. Life's always got a way of doing the unexpected. Much like the rank owl, eh? Sullivan, certainly. When you've lived a millennium, you witness a few oddities. Ricky, how can you brush it OFF so easily? Sullivan, well, Izuku is a human and you're a Ryolu. That's quite a rare thing here, isn't it? Ricky, good point. After that, they took a picture and the first test was over. Unfortunately, since Izuku never got his rank, he ended up with an Aleph rank. Izuku, I guess it's only fair. Ricky, yeah? But hey, we can climb up the ranks. Izuku nodded. Jerson, hello Izuku. Izuku, oh, good morning Jerson. Jerson, here. He gave Izuku his phone number. Jerson, when you're ready to begin your next training session, give me a call. Just make sure you get your Gramps' permission. Not trying to get fired here. Izuku nodded. Looks like it's possible for him to become a hero after all. Izuku and Ricky were on their way to school, but not how they would like. They were riding in Sullivan's carriage. Sullivan, hey ho. It's finally been delivered. I'm so delighted. This custom carriage to take my precious grandson to and from school. Ricky, yeesh. Gramps really went over the top. Izuku, no kidding. I mean, I love him and all, but I'm really not ready to attract all this attention. Ricky, well Seiji, you're gonna have to get used to it. When you've lived become a hero, you'll be getting all sorts of attention. Izuku sighed. Izuku, you're right. Sullivan, so, grandson, how do you like the ride so far? Izuku, it's good. Izuku then looked down on the gluttony ring. Ricky, still curious about that thing, huh? Izuku nodded. Izuku, right now, it's got plenty of Grandpa's magic in it, so it should be okay. Ricky, let's just hope that thing inside the ring won't get hangry again. Eventually, they made it to school, and unfortunately for them, Opera laid out a red carpet and announced their arrival. Ricky, Red Mutuo, you don't need to make this such a big deal. Seriously. As Izuku, sir. A very good morning to you, master. Izuku. Oh, hey, good morning, As. Ricky, you feeling okay, Asmo? As, perfectly fine now? Then, Clara, wrapped up in the red carpet, came crashing into Az's face. Clara, morning. How's it going? Az, ugh. What do you think you're doing, you pest? He threw her aside only for her to come crashing into his gut. Ricky, how Sugar Rush is even able to move while in there is a mystery to me. Izuku, same here. Hey guys, we should get to class now. They were fighting with each other while Opera was trying to get the carpet back. Izuku, awkward. Sullivan then gave Izuku his bag. Sullivan, don't forget your bag now. Izuku, thanks Grandpa. Sullivan, oh, and I have another surprise for you. He brought out a hell phone. Sullivan, a phone, so you can call me anytime you want. I finally caved in and converted to a hell phone. Don't even ask me how it works, because I haven't the foggiest, but the point is, now you can call me whenever the desire strikes. Izuku, thanks. He took the phone and he and Ricky headed for class. Later in class, Jerson, all right, class. Time for roll call. Sabnok Sabro. Sabnok, indeed. Jerson, Shax lied. Lied, here. Eventually he called on everyone but Izuku. Jerson, Izuku Midoriya. Izuku, here. Jerson, perfect. Everyone's present and accounted for. Now, starting today, you will all begin classes with other teachers. Make sure you're all on your best behavior. Everyone, right? And so, they went to their classes. The classes were pretty normal, all things considered. Eventually, it was time for the Botany class. Students of the misfit class, it is a pleasure to meet all of you. Welcome to the Botany Tower. Here you will learn about one of the most fascinating fields of study in the scientific world. My name is Susie Stolas, and I will be teaching you about botany. Today, let us use magic to try to make some flowers bloom. How does that sound? Hold your hand over this special sapling, and then. She held her hand out over the sapling. Susie, Quan. Her hand glowed, and the plant transformed into the one in the image above. Susie, and just like that, it's bloomed. By the way, you can use this flower to give shape, weight, and dimension to your magic. All right, everyone, it's now time to begin. After that, everyone got to making their own plants. Some struggled at first, but got the hang of it eventually. Except for Izuku. Being a human, he can't use magic, or at least he thinks. Ricky, hey Seiji, who are those guys? He pointed to some students that were watching them. Allow me to explain. There are upperclassmen. I'm sure they came here to check up on us because the first year's ranks were just announced. Izuku, makes sense. Lied. Look over there. They looked to see that guy who told Izuku to get to the auditorium when the school year started, and there was a woman with pink skin and hair, as well as horns beside him. Lied. The student council. Jazz, weird. They hardly ever come to the upperclassmen's tower. Gomen, what are they doing here? Sabnok, it's obvious. I'm bet ranked, and the future Demon King. It's quite clear they came to observe me. Sabnok Sabro. HYH. If it's a show they want, they will see my true powers. Quan. He then used magic on the sprout, and it grew. Sabnok, behold. This is my blossom. It was eating the pot. Ricky. Dude, what kind of flower is that? Izuku. It's eating its own pot. Sabnok. I shall call it destructive god. Jazz. A bit too destructive. Susie. Good effort. I give it a B+. Ease. Sabnok. But why? Scoffed. How crude and tasteless. Now, witness true elegance. Ricky, look at that. A fire flower. Susie, how pretty. An A+. HM. Honing one's artistic skill is key to the proper use of magic. Then, Sabnok dumped water all over it. Sabnok, one must remember to water one's flowers. You douse the flames of my proven bloodline? Deplorable. He shot fire at Sabnok, but he merely dodged it. Sabnok, thou art amusingly short-tempered. Fine, then I shall cool off thy head as well. Izuku and Ricky's sweat dropped as the two fought with each other. Izuku, wow. Ricky, well, on the bright side, you have stuff to research. Seems that everyone's magic is unique. Susie, precisely, good job. She pointed a flower pot with a sprout in it, and it grew into a big vine that trapped Az and Sabnok. Susie, ease. Could you save your fighting until after class? Ease. Now let us continue on to the other flowers, shall we? As time went on, everyone made their own plants. Ricky, think you're done sketching, Seiji? Izuku was sketching all the different flowers that his classmates grew instead of trying to make his own. Although, Clara's was one of the weirdest of the bunch. The only one weirder than hers was Kamwi's. The less said about that, the better. Izuku, yeah? He looked at the sprout down on the table. Izuku. You know, if I had any magic, I'd love to see a tree from back in our home world. Ricky, really? The trees there are pretty lame compared to the ones here. Izuku. Except for one. I think you know which one I'm talking about. Ricky, yeah? I do. We never did get to see it. Izuku, yeah? Anyways, Quan. Nothing happened. Izuku, yep. Thought so. Then, the ring glowed brightly. Izuku, The sprout then glowed a very bright blue light that engulfed the entire area. Master Izuku. Ricky, what the heck is happening? Izuku then got a call on his cell phone. So he answered it. Sullivan, you who? It's your grandpa. Yay. Our first phone call. I may have forgotten to mention one thing before. Remember the other day, when I stored some of my magic in that ring you're wearing? Well, thing is you, grandson, can use magic too. Oh, but don't use it just yet. I haven't had time to calibrate the output. If you use it, it could lead to trouble. Unfortunately, that call came way too late as a giant tree came out of the pod and completely destroyed the roof. Izuku and Ricky, now you tell us. Sullivan, I was too late, wasn't I? Izuku and Ricky, yes. The trees finished growing into. The entire class was on the branches of this tree. Ricky, well, on the bright side, we finally saw the Dynatree. Izuku, this was not how I expected to see it. What brilliant work, Master Izuku. Later after school, Izuku and Ricky were walking through the hallways. Izuku and Ricky decided to help Susie clean up the broken glass after school. It was technically their fault, so they felt like they owed it to her. Izuku, you know, I wasn't expecting the Dynatree to catch the attention of so many others. Ricky, I know, right? However, as they made their way out of the school, they bumped into someone, and all three fell to the floor. Ricky, ouch. Ricky got back up at the same time Izuku did. Izuku then saw the person he bumped into. Izuku. Oh, I'm so sorry. He held out his hand. Izuku, are you okay? The girl blushed brightly. Ricky, oh boy. That's the third one. Izuku. You're not hurt, are you? Do you need any help? She then shot up. Izuku, you there? Tell me your name. It suddenly dawned on Izuku that the girl in front of him was a lot taller than him. Izuku. Yes ma'am. My name's Izuku Mimi Midoriya. Izuku. So he's the one. He summoned a Pokemon in lieu of a familiar, who received an immeasurable rank, who somehow conjured a strange, alien tree. And now, he's bumped into me, and he's trying to make me fall in love with him. Ricky had to hold in his laughter. Ricky, she thinks he's trying to do that? That's hilarious. I've no doubt. This boy is. She grabbed his face. He's absolutely human. Ricky's eyes widened. Ricky, no. Izuku's face went bright red at the fact that a tall and beautiful girl just grabbed his face for no apparent reason. So red, in fact, that he was starting to burn her hands, but she paid no mind to it. Izuku. Ricky, help me. Ricky didn't know whether to be concerned for Izuku or laugh at him. So clearly, he couldn't come up with a way to help. Calm down. Just calm down, Mary. Ricky. Least I know her name now. Not like it'll matter. Internally crying. Mary. I must do what's necessary. If anyone learns there's a human in the netherworld, it'll be chaos. I'll just tell my dad, the head of the demon security police, and have him sent to the proper facility. As student council president, I have to consider anything that disturbs the peace at this school a crime. Izuku nervously reached for her arms to pull them off his face. Izuku, hey, I'm sorry for. Before he could finish, she grabbed his arms. Mary. He almost got the jump on me. Good thing I could read his body language. It's just like that scene in the Forbidden Texts. Ricky, Forbidden Texts? Mary, he's dangerous. I won't miss a single move he makes. Izuku. I didn't mean to bump into you, I swear. I'm sorry. He bowed and Mary mirrored what he did. Ricky, Izuku, and Mary. Now what? Mary. I instinctively copied his movements. But what do I do from here? Is he holding my hands to make me fall in love with him? Izuku. Why in the netherworld is SHE bowing? Then, a manga fell out of Mary's clothes. Mary's eyes widened and released Izuku to grab it, only for him to beat her to the punch. Izuku, huh? Mary. That's nothing. Izuku. Hey, I remember seeing this before. Ricky, you do? Izuku. Yeah, look. Ricky looked at the cover. Ricky. Oh yeah. First Love Memories. We never really did read it. Izuku. Yeah. We were more on the action genre, rather than romance. I remember when we replicated the moves of the stories we read. Ricky, haha. Good times. They continued chatting about their times reading manga while Mary's sweat dropped. Mary, First Love Memories? Action genre. I have no idea what they're talking about, but they know these texts. So you are. Izuku. You know, this is a pretty good read, actually. It's adorable how Rin and Kakeru are together. Ricky, meh? I prefer action. Mary. Are you saying you both can read that book? Izuku, yeah? Although, I never would have expected to find it here. We're in the netherworld after all. Ricky, Seiji. Izuku, oh no. What I mean is, However, when he looked at Mary, Izuku went stiff. Mary, so you're seriously saying you can read it? Izuku, yeah? She took the book back and turned to a page. Mary, then tell me. What does this say? Izuku. I'm the transfer student, Kakeru Aozora. Mary flipped to a different page. Mary, how about this? Izuku, badump, badump. She flipped to another page. Mary, and this? Izuku, squee squee. Mary, right, you're coming with me. Izuku, huh? She dragged him away by the shirt, and Ricky followed. He was no longer concerned, however, as her aura had changed drastically. Ricky, don't worry, Seiji. She's not going to eat you. Izuku, I really hope you're right. Later, Izuku, he was holding the manga and had tea and food on a table. Ricky, see? Mary, now begin, please. Izuku, huh? Mary, I want you to read it out loud. Izuku, really? Mary, yes. Izuku gulped. Mary, it's just for validation. I have to confirm that he's human. It's not like I'm actually interested in the context of these books. Ricky, I don't believe her for a second. Mary, hey, hurry up. Get to reading. Izuku, okay. And so, Izuku read the story to her. Mary was fully interested in it. Later, Mary, wait. You mentioned the word date. What is that? Izuku. I guess I'm the only one she can ask this question about. It's when two people who like each other hang out and have fun. Later, Mary, are you saying she wasn't cheering on Rin and Kakeru's relationship? Is this woman a demon? Ricky, no, she's just an idiot. This went on for quite a while, but it wasn't all that bad, all things considered. Later, Izuku, I'm so worried. What's going to happen to my life at school from now on? To be continued. Ricky, so what do you think? Izuku, holy whoa. It's dark outside. Ricky, a crud. We lost track of time. Gramps must be worried sick. Izuku looked at his hell phone to see a lot of missed calls. Izuku, you're right. Ameri then took Izuku's phone and added her number to it. Ameri, I entered my number in your contacts list. Come at once when I summon you. Don't tell anyone, and the only one I will allow you to bring is your familiar. Understand? Izuku, yes ma'am. Wait, I never got your name. Ameri. Izuku, okay. After that, Izuku and Ricky left school. Ricky, what even was that? Izuku, no-eyed. He froze. Ricky is Seiji? Izuku, holy WHOA. I got a girl's phone number. Ricky facebombed. Ricky, good grief. After that, they got home and got ready for bed. However, Izuku got a text from as that the student council president was looking for him. Izuku, oh no, not good. Ricky, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Izuku, why not? Ricky, you'll see. Ha. The next day, Izuku, bye opera. Ricky, see ya. Opera, before you go, may I ask you a question, Izuku sir? Izuku, sure. Opera, do you have any desire to return to the human world? Izuku, honestly? No, I don't. Opera, you don't? Izuku shook his head. Izuku, back in the human world, I was discriminated against because I lacked something everyone else did. All I had to support me was Ricky and Mom. But Mom's gone, and Ricky is with me again. On top of that, I actually have other friends. Friends who care for me. The more I think about it, the more I realize that living in the netherworld is much better than living in the human world. Ricky, which is kinda sad when you think about it. Izuku, can it you? Ricky, haha. After that, they left and walked to school with Az and Clara. Later, the lunch bell had just roared. Clara, lunchtime. And also, the top of Sabnock Mountain. She hopped on a snoring Sabnock. Clara, Izuku kins. Why don't you play too? Sabro climbing. Izuku, no thanks. That's when Sabnock woke up. Sabnock, my hardy rival. Dost thou not possess resolve enough to conquer the peak, known as Sabro? Izuku's sweat dropped. Izuku, are you sure you're okay with this? Sabnock nodded. Izuku, suit yourself. Izuku climbed on top of Sabnock. Izuku, there you go. Later at lunch. Ricky, you know, ever since you got that ring, your appetite seriously increased. For better or for worse. Izuku, I know, right? By the way, do you ever get the feeling you're being watched? Ricky, oh yeah, all the time. Izuku, good to know. They went back to eating. Although, Ricky, man, that girl is seriously in love with Seiji. True to his words, Eiko was staring at Izuku. Eiko, Izuku has such a healthy appetite. Eventually, Az and Clara came around. Az, Izuku, sir. If I may, I'd love to offer you the remainder of my luncheon meal as well. Clara, eat up, Izuku kins. She shoved a piece of bread into his mouth. Clara, down the hatch. Ricky, geez, at least let him grab the food, sugar rush. Izuku then got a text from Ameri saying that she was waiting for him. Izuku, sorry guys. Ricky and I have to go do something on our own. They left, but this really sparked their curiosity, so they decided to follow in secret. Later, Ameri ran up to them. Izuku, are you okay? You seem out of breath. Ameri, worry not. Ricky, if you say so, SCP Student Council President. Ameri, what did you call me? Ricky had a blank expression on his face before jumping off Izuku's shoulder, and then, Ricky, Arceus, damn it. Ameri, Izuku. He has a habit of giving everyone nicknames, no matter how hard he tries to break it. Unbeknownst to the two, but not to Ricky, Az and Clara were watching in surprise. Az, this situation is most grave. You get that, right? Clara, no fair. She's being so selfish. I want to play too. Az, get a hold of yourself. Don't you realize who that is? That's the student council president. Clara, yeah, well she's being unfair. I'm gonna go play too. She tried to run to them, but was held back by Az. Az, you clearly have no idea how severe this situation is. Since Master Izuku obviously wants to reign over this school, they are the biggest obstacle in his way. It's clear that the student council currently rules over everything here. He's trying to get the student council in his clutches so he can one day gain control over them. And with Ricky, he'll be able to predict their every move. I knew he had to be plotting something, but to think his plan was overtaking the council and he doesn't want any harm to befall us, so they've been doing this on their own. Clara, off to play. She tried to get to them, but has held her back. I can't stay here. I need to observe Master Izuku's bravery in closer detail. Meanwhile, Izuku. Okay, ready to go again? We'll be starting with Volume 5, seeing as that's where we left off. Ameri, indeed. Her horns wiggled. Ricky, did those horns just move? Ameri, their ears, actually. Ricky, you have 4 ears? Ameri nodded. Ricky, odd, but this is the netherworld. Later, Izuku, so my dream is to be a beautiful bride. Ricky, talk about cheesy. Ameri, so dreams. Referring to ambitions. Izuku, well yeah. Ameri, so now she'll destroy anyone who tries to get in her way and throw them aside like garbage. Izuku, not exactly. Ameri, so there won't be throwing. Ricky, sorry, SCP. This is of the romance genre. If you want to see fighting, you'll need to find an action genre book. Ameri, I see. Izuku, hey Ameri, what is your dream? Ameri, dream? You're asking me? I am very proud to be a demon, through and through. And my desire is for the other demons to be just as proud. That's why I want to inspire the minds of the students here and make this a household of learning that any demon would long to attend. That is my true ambition. I'll be helping with my father's work after I graduate, but it's clear what I must do before then. Izuku, amazing. Ameri, of course, I wouldn't mind working at a bakery or a florist either. What about you? Izuku, me? It's to become a hero. Ameri raised her eyebrow. Ameri, a hero? Izuku nodded. Izuku, it's been a dream of mine for as long as I can remember. I want to save people with a smile on my face, as a way of letting everyone know that everything will be fine. And now that I'm here, I think I might have a shot at it. Ameri, a fine goal. But, in order to do that, I have a recommendation. Ricky, that being? Ameri, simple. Climb the ranks. That is a student's primary duty here. After all, the higher the rank, the more likely you'll succeed in your dream. Izuku, good idea. Ricky, looks like we got our work cut out for us, right, Seiji? Izuku, right. That's when the door behind them was destroyed by a wrecking ball. Ameri, who's there? I'm terribly sorry, Master Izuku. I was trying not to disturb you, but at the very same moment I happened to blink. Clara, give me back Izuku-kins. She then dragged him back a bit. Ricky, this got weird fast. I have failed. I cannot believe I blinked. And I never got to hear what they were talking about. Ricky had to hold in his laughter. Izuku, it's fine. Ameri, you may take your leave for today. Clara hissed at her. Izuku, did she just hiss? Ameri, Izuku. Izuku, huh? Ameri, if you're at all serious about climbing up the ranks, I shall wait for you to stand by me. Sound good? Izuku, sure. And with that, they left. Clara was on top of Mount Sabro right now, but she wasn't enjoying it. Clara, all Izuku-kins does lately is spend his playtime with Lady Redhair. No fair. But how am I going to get him back from her? Come on, Sabro. Tell me how. Sabnok, thou must charm him with thy feminine wiles. Clara, huh? Sabnok, from Chapter 3 of How to Become a Demon King. If something is taken from you, take it back. If not, take it back anyway. If something's about to be taken from you, then you are a demon. Use your charms. Make them yours and get them hooked on you. Clara, make them yours and get them hooked on you. Clara, just you wait, Izuku-kins. Later at class, Izuku was going over the class lists. Izuku, HM Pre-Rex, interacting with your familiar, astrology, and for electives, torture, training, pharmacology, etc. Ricky, well, we can definitely handle at least some of these. What should we go for? Izuku, I'm thinking training. Ricky, good idea. Training? Izuku, if I want to get stronger, I'm going to need training. A fine idea. So I shall choose that as well. Izuku, great. Ricky, what about you, Sugar Rush? What did you pick? He looked and saw. Ricky, that can't be right. What's wrong, Ricky? Ricky, she is signed up for the succubus course. Izuku, what exactly is a succubus? And Clara looked at him with odd expressions. You don't know? Izuku shook his head. Izuku, when I asked Mom, she told me that it wasn't something I'm ready to learn about yet. And when I asked Ricky, he said that I would never be ready. Ricky, and I still stand by that statement. As Master Izuku, I'm afraid I have to tell you. Ricky, please don't. As, sorry Ricky. Ahem. Succubus are female demons that are known for seducing human men and then draining the life out of them via adult encounters, particularly during sleep. Izuku's face went bright red. Izuku, Mom and Ricky were right. I was not ready. Ricky, damn it, Asmo. Izuku. Wait, you said that one of the teachers is a succubus? If Izuku wasn't scared about people learning he was a human before, he sure as hell was now. Clara, yep. And I've signed up for her charming class. Izuku, and as what? As. And here I was just worried that you couldn't read. What are you plotting? Clara, I am not. She paused and started whistling innocently. As, knock it off. Clara, I'll charm him, make him mine, and get him hooked on me. Humph. You'd better get ready, Izuku kins. You're gonna fall head over heels. Izuku and Ez were confused. As for Ricky, he was trying his best not to burst out laughing. Ricky, you're welcome to try, Sugar Rush. But knowing Seiji, he won't be able to take the hint. Time skip to the first day of class. Raim, et moi. I'm Raim the succubus. Let the charming course begin. Moi. Today, we'll have a private lesson without the boys, just us girls, so I can teach you about the art of well, I think you know. As she was talking, she was constantly posing. Raim. First rule is, sexiness is something you nourish and cultivate. Succubi change their form to fit their prey's preferences, but the most crucial thing is to make your prey fall for you. She then brought them their study books. Gakko. She brought the Seduction 2 book with her. Dosenko, yeah? So, what's wrong with that? Raim. No. Let's save that book for a higher grade. Then, Kamui, who had somehow snuck in, spoke up. Kamui. They're bound to be able to boost their skills later by taking more comprehensive lessons earlier on. The girls all freaked out that he was there. Then, they tied him up and threw him out. Literally. Raim, now, I'll hand out your textbooks. Hot scope, engage. Dime scanned Elizabetta. Raim, Elizabetta, you're at 89%. Amazing. You're an A. Elizabetta. Oh my. When Raim scanned Dosenko, she was surprised. Don't ask me what she saw. It was blurred out. Raim, what in the world? Unbelievable. She then scanned Eiko, who had a 42%. Raim, 42%. Work on it, dear. Eiko, but I even studied up a ton. Raim then scanned Gakko, who got a 63%. Gakko, I always make sure to freshen up. Raim, both of you are BS. She then scanned Crossel. Raim, 51%. Could stand to be higher. You're also AB. Crossel. Oh no? It's really that bad? Raim, don't be upset. The lowest I've ever seen was 21%. So there's nothing to. But when she scanned Clara, Raim 2%. Even babies are at least 3% hotter. You're telling me she's more innocent than a baby? Oh my devil. Clara, Ms. Raim, what percent am I? Like 100? 1,000? She was given a lot of books. Raim, now, little child, you're going to read some special textbooks. Fast, understand? Clara, special books? Raim, indeed. Clara, Roger. Later, Clara began to read beside a tree. Clara, step 1 is how to pose. Sexiness is based on posture and presentation. Push out your hips, keep your hands cute, and place your legs at a modest distance apart. Ah, I see. Okay, right. So, she decided to put what she learned into action. She hid behind a corner, and as Izuku approached, Clara, Tada. Izuku, what is she doing? Ricky snickered. Clara, perfect. How you like me now? My hips out, my hands are cute, and I'm standing boldly. Izuku, what's with that position? Clara, epic fail. She ran off. Izuku, what do you mean, epic fail? She was already gone. Izuku, Ricky, what was that? Ricky, heck if I know, Seiji. Later. Clara, step 2 is touching. A nonchalant touch will produce the maximum desired effect. Be sure to get in close. Beginners should start with a simple, offhand touch. Clara decided to put her plan into action, so she ran up to Izuku and clung onto him from the back like a koala. Unfortunately, due to him spending so much time with Clara, he figured she just wanted a piggyback. Izuku, you want a piggyback ride? Clara got down and sulked off. Ricky, too bad. Had she hugged him from the front instead of clinging onto him from the back, the result probably would have been different. Later. Clara, step 3, or something that shimmies to gather their attention. Her plan? This. Izuku. Any idea what she's doing, Ricky? Ricky, not a clue. As then rushed in and grabbed her. As, I take my eyes off you for 1 second, and you go completely off the rails. Later, Clara. 4. Were an alluring scent. She then dumped a can of perfume on her. But when she entered the classroom, Jazz, what's that horrible stench? Hello, sir. Not only that, it's burning my eyes out. Sabnok, ARGH. My entire face is on fire. Ricky, someone open the window. As put a handkerchief over Izuku's nose and mouth. As, Izuku, sir, don't breathe this in. Protect your lungs. Later, Clara, warning. Too much has the opposite effect, so be careful. She groaned. Later, Clara walked in looking like a clown. Clara, step 5, makeup. Everyone just laughed at this. Even as, later after school, Clara was walking home, saddened that she couldn't succeed. Clara, charms hard. I'm not cut out for this. Luckily, a trip home cheered her up. It also gave her an idea. The next day, Izuku. I'm just saying, Ricky. Clara's been acting weird ever since she started going to that class. Ricky, I hear you, man. They then saw Clara. Izuku, oh. Clara, good morning. She then posed. Izuku, what the? She then started to move towards him. Clara, and touching. She held out her hands. Clara, shimmy, shimmy, shake. She put on that yellow pom-pom outfit. Clara, perfume. She poured perfume on herself. Clara, makeup. She revealed her makeup-covered face. Izuku, what the? Clara tried to tackle him with her lips, but Izuku dodged it. Unfortunately for Caligo, he became the victim and got hit in the gut with her lips. Izuku, Ricky, let's run. Ricky, then go. They then ran off. Time skip. Clara was saddened. She tried everything and failed. When she told Dime, her solution was with some perfume, but she declined. She didn't want Izuku to fall for her by using some cheating perfume. That type of love isn't one worth having. Even SHE knows that. Clara, I didn't realize that I wouldn't have any sexiness at all. It kinda sucks. She sighed sadly. But then, Izuku, there you are, Clara. Clara, huh? Izuku kins. Izuku, are you alright? Honestly, I don't think you should be doing this charming class. Clara looked down. Izuku, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's because you're bad at it or anything. Ricky, I mean, she is pretty bad at it. Izuku slammed the back of his fist into Ricky's face, causing him to fall off his shoulder. Izuku, not helping Ricky. Ricky, sorry. Izuku, anyways, what I'm saying, Clara, is that ever since you started taking that class, you've been acting very strange. Much different from the Clara we know. But, if you want to continue, I won't stop you. But please, try and be yourself. The fun-loving and playful Clara we all know. Clara's eyes brightened knowing that Izuku prefers her as her usual self. Clara, I see now. Thanks, Izuku kins. I feel much better now. She hugged him, and this made him blush. Clara, let's go. I bet Izez is lonely. Izuku, sure. Clara grabbed his hand and rushed off. Ricky, hey, wait for me. Unbeknownst to them, Dime saw what was happening. Dime, well, I wonder what happened there. She saw that Clara's percentage had raised to 10%. Dime, whatever that boy said to her, it seemed to be a big help. It was the next day, and Izuku had something on his mind. As what? You want to go up a rank? Izuku nodded. Izuku, to achieve my goal, I need to climb up the ranks. Ricky, and it starts by going from All-F rank to Bet rank. Izuku, the only problem is that I have no clue how to do that, so I was hoping you'd be willing to show me. He stood up and started crying. Ricky, why are you crying? He turned around. As, I almost thought Master Izuku had no interest in rising the ranks, but I knew it must have been secretly eating away at him. And why wouldn't it be? Master Izuku did something as unprecedented as making the Guardian of Cutthroat Valley his pet, yet his rank was immeasurable. He obviously can't be ranked on the same scale as the rest of us demons, but that's no reason to place him at the lowest rank of Aleph. He turned back over to them. As, believe me, when you were ranked in Aleph, I was just as displeased and confused as well. I was becoming numb from all of our degenerate classmates who lack ambition. But moving up the ranks is a demon's pure pride. Let's get you to the top. Now, it's time to prepare. Clara, who was sleeping, woke up. Clara, for what? As what else? For Master Izuku to quickly soar to the highest rank of Yod. and then reign over the entirety of Babels. Izuku, Ricky, and Clara, WHAD. This caused commotion among the other students. Eiko was also listening to the conversation. Eiko, I have no doubt Izuku can do it. Izuku, As, let's not go too far, okay? As, I apologize for my deplorable presumptuousness. Izuku and Ricky sweat drop as his bows. Izuku, you're good. As, now, let us go quickly, Izuku, sir. Izuku, sure. Later. They were now in a strange place. Izuku, where are we? As, this is Babel's underground gym. Ricky, a gym? Izuku, not that kind of gym, Ricky. Ricky, Izuku, it does look like it, though. Clara, it's huge. Hey, Connor. Hey, Muff. You can run around all you want down here. And I'm rolling. She began rolling down the slope. Izuku, yep. She's back. They then went over to the court. As, now then, there is currently but one way for you to go up a ranks, sir. And that is to get good marks on the periodic promotion exams we have in class. So we've got our work cut out for us. Izuku, promotion. Ricky, exams. As, that's right. And the next one is only a week away. And the ability we'll be tested on is execution cannonball. Izuku, execution. Ricky, cannonball. As, execution cannonball was once used as a test to repress a sudden outbreak of demons battling over their territories. It was nothing short of a total massacre. We used weapons called K-mans. When they bit down on their prey, they wouldn't let go until only bloody shreds were left. The first of them to enter their enemy's castle and eliminate everyone inside would emerge victorious. Izuku, that's terrifying. As, yeah, but due to high casualties, we simply use a ball now. It's much safer. Ricky, thank Arceus. As, also, to conserve time and money, we now use these territories marked by lines instead of castles. Those who are hit must move to the sidelines. Izuku, that makes sense. As, but even from the sidelines, you can come back in as soon as you hit an enemy with the ball. Valak, you conjure up the cursed puppets so we can have enough players. Clara, you got it. She then created some cursed straw puppets. As, all right, practice begins now. Izuku and Ricky, right. They got in position with Izuku, Clara, and Ricky on one side of the court and 3 cursed puppets on the other. They then started playing. However, Izuku and Ricky, this is just dodgeball. After that sudden realization, a ball flew past Izuku's face with enough force to break the wall behind them. Ricky, what the hell? They looked to see it was Sabnok who threw it. Izuku, Sabnok. Sabnok, a death battle to climb the ranks? That did not disappoint. Jazz, oh, there you are? We're bored. So how about letting us play too? The rest of the class came over, wanting to play. Sabnok, ha. Get ready for maximum merriment. As the others played, it became clear that magic was a big part of all this. And it was also pretty destructive. Izuku, crud. Ricky, we're gonna need training. And we have 2 options. Izuku nodded. Later. Sullivan, I see now. If you please, and don't mince words, tell me more about this training. Later. They were back home. Sullivan, okay, let's give it a light throw. How about that? Aim for that big rock. Izuku, are you sure? Honestly, this is my first time actually playing dodgeball. Or execution cannonball. Anyways, the only experience I have with it is by being a target. Sullivan, oh, you'll be fine as long as you do just as I say. Stand just a little bit wider. Izuku did as he was told. Izuku, like this? Sullivan, yes, perfect. Also, don't stiffen your right arm too much. Izuku, oh, okay. Sullivan, now give it a hurl. Izuku nodded. Sullivan, oh, before you do, make sure to yell Libera when you throw it. Izuku, okay. Libera. He threw the ball, and Ricky, my Arceus. Sullivan, well done. You'll annihilate them, no doubt. Izuku, this is a terrible mistake. I can't use magic. Sullivan, but why not? It's so easy. Izuku, it's not that. It's just I would be using your power. I can't cheat. It's important that I find a way to do this on my own. Sullivan, I understand. If that's what you wish, then go ahead. Izuku, thanks, Grandpa. Very heartwarming. However, I don't think that's a good idea. They turned to see Jerson. Izuku, Jerson, why are you here? Shouldn't you be in class? Jerson, shouldn't you? Izuku's sweat dropped. Jerson, sides. The rest of your class is busy practicing for execution cannonball like you. I caught wind that you would be training, so I decided to check it out. I admit, It's quite admirable that you don't want to rely on your grandpa's magic. However, you seem to be missing a crucial detail. Izuku, what is it? Jerson, while that ring does indeed store mana from others, that does not mean you'll be using their magic. Once it's in the ring, it's yours to command. Izuku, mine to command? Jerson, let me put it to you this way. Let's say you have a quirk that's the exact same as one of your parents. Does that mean the quirk you use is yours? Or theirs? Izuku, it would be mine. Jerson, exactly. The same thing can be said for magic. As long as you're the one using it, then it's your magic. Izuku, I see. Jerson, however, this doesn't mean you should always use the same spells your gramps uses. When it comes to magic, the key is imagination. Use your imagination to create your own spells, rather than using spells that already exist. Izuku, wow, you're right. Thanks, Jerson. Sullivan, Jerson, if you wouldn't mind, would you help Izuku train for his match? Jerson, that depends solely on Izuku. What I say, kid? Izuku, yes. I'd love to train with you. Jerson, GYHHH. Then it looks like I'm training you. We'll start tomorrow. You can even invite your friends if you'd like. Izuku nodded as he left. The next day, I can't believe Master Izuku is actually training with Mr. Boom. Clara, this seems kinda unfair. I mean, he's an old man. Ricky, let's just see how this plays out. Jerson, alright everyone. Before we get started, I have a question. Izuku, what is it? Jerson, can you hear it? Hear it? Clara, hear what? Jerson, can you hear its song singing from the deep? That is the ringing. With a swift motion, his entire attire changed. Jerson, of the Hammer of Justice. Jerson tossed a ball into the air before hitting it towards Izuku with his hammer. It went at a very fast speed. Luckily, Izuku dodged it in time. Izuku, holy WOH. Jerson kept on doing the same thing as Izuku had to keep on dodging. Ricky, geez. Who knew HOJ was so strong? Arceus. Damn it. Jerson, GYHHH. Not bad, kid. You're pretty good at dodging. Of course, that is to be expected. But there's one problem. Izuku, huh? Jerson, if you want to move up the ranks, you're gonna have to do more than just dodge. You need to actually hit your foe. Izuku, right. Jerson, let's start by actually catching a ball. He hit another ball with his hammer, but by instinct, Izuku dodged it. Jerson, you were supposed to catch it. Izuku, sorry, Jerson. Jerson, no worries. I overheard you say that whenever dodgeball took place, you were used as a target. You must have built a habit for dodging balls, to the point where it's just second nature. Now, while that's not a bad thing, if you're to be a hero and get into a fight with a villain while civilians are around, dodging won't always be an option as it could risk getting the civilians caught in the fight, should your foe's attack miss. Ricky, but like you said, HOJ, it's basically second nature at this point. Jerson, exactly. So, we need to get him used to taking it. And I know how to do that. As how? Jerson unleashed a massive green wave that Izuku was unable to dodge, and then he saw a faint green heart in front of him that wasn't bright enough for Az and Clara to see. He also realized he couldn't move from his place. Izuku, what the? Jerson, GYHHH. Like I said, dodging ain't gonna be enough. Unless you're able to face danger head-on, you're not gonna be able to move up the ranks. Jerson then threw the ball at Izuku, who was able to actually catch it. Izuku, I caught it. I caught it. Jerson, GYHHH. First try too. Clara, so he's good now? Jerson, not even close. Sure, he was able to catch the ball. But keep in mind, he wasn't able to move at the time because I put him in what I like to call Green Soul mode. However, I'm not going to be putting him in Green Soul mode during the match. That would be outside interference. For this to work, he first has to get used to catching the ball. Jerson then repeatedly threw dodgeballs at Izuku, who made sure to catch them. Eventually, Jerson dropped the Green Soul mode without Izuku realizing it. He then caught ball after ball. Jerson, keep it up. He then accidentally threw the ball in a direction where it would miss him. Jerson, whoops. However, Izuku rushed to it and caught it. Izuku, I got it. Wait, I thought I wouldn't be able to move in. He then realized that he wasn't in Green Soul mode. Jerson, GYHHH. You've been out of Green Soul mode for 5 minutes now. Jerson threw another ball at Izuku, but he caught it. Jerson, that's the ticket. You're able to catch the ball instead of dodge it even out of Green Soul mode. Izuku, you're right. As, I must say, Mr. Boom, Your teaching skills are incredible. Jerson, oh, we're not done yet. Everyone, huh? Jerson, it's one thing for him to catch a ball. But that was only due to a weak throw. Keep in mind, magic is allowed to be used on the ball. That means he'll need to practice catching the ball when it's being thrown with far more power. Jerson then hit a ball with his hammer at Izuku, and, although Izuku tried to catch it, he couldn't as it sent enough force to send him flying back. Izuku GH. Izuku then slowly got up. Jerson, remember, kid. Magic is allowed in this game as long as you don't directly hit anyone with it. You can use it on the ball or for defense however you please. Izuku, use it however I please, huh? Jerson hit another ball with his hammer, but Izuku dodged it. He could already see that he wasn't going to be able to actually catch the ball if Jerson is hitting it with his hammer. So he just kept avoiding every ball that came his way. As, what's he doing? Ricky, he's coming up with a plan. As he is? Ricky, I've known Seiji since we were 5 years old. I know how he does things. As he was thinking, he was continuously dodging Jerson's attacks. Izuku. Think, Izuku, think. Remember what Jerson has taught you about magic. It can be anything you want. The magic is my own creation. It can be used for attacks, defense, support, anything. And it's perfectly acceptable to use in this game as long as I don't use it to directly attack my foes. He thought back to something he saw when the other students were practicing, specifically how Sabnok was practicing. Izuku, I know. Izuku saw another ball coming towards him. But then, he created a sword with a glowing, green blade. He then sliced the ball in half. Ricky, holy guacamole. As, that was magic. Jerson, GYHHH. Now we're getting somewhere. He hit another ball with his hammer, but Izuku pointed his creation at the ball, and the ball glowed green. He then sent it flying back at Jerson, who dodged it. Jerson, nice job. Izuku smirked before jabbing his sword into the ground, and then a bunch of swords sprouted out of the ground and nearly hit Jerson, who dodged it in time. Jerson, not bad, but I think you forgot that you're not allowed to attack your foe with magic. Izuku, whoops. I got so caught up in using magic that it slipped my mind. The swords then disappeared. Izuku, however, I have another idea. He punched the ground, and then energy traveled through it before surrounding Jerson and making the ground around him become a quicksand-like substances that prevented him from moving. Jerson, whoa. Izuku then rushed over to one of the balls and threw it. But before he did that, he infused it with wind magic and gave it a big speed boost that nearly hit Jerson. Unfortunately, Jerson still had his hammer and hit it back at Izuku, who couldn't avoid it in time and hit him in the face, making him fall down. As Clara and Ricky, Master Izuku/Izuku Kins/Seiji. Jerson then forced himself out of the pit. Jerson, training's over. Izuku, huh? Jerson, GYHHH. Man, this went way better than I thought. You nearly had me there. You're doing really good with magic. I think you've got a good shot at winning this match. Izuku, you mean it? Jerson, yep. Well, it seems my work here is done. For now. But now that you've learned to utilize your magic, it's up to you to get creative with what you can think of. He began to leave, but stopped and turned back to him. Jerson, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of hero you turn out to be. Tell me, though, do you have an idea for your hero name? Izuku, no, I don't. Jerson, Jaihihi. I do. However, if you want to know what it is, you're going to have to finish the first part of my hero training lessons. Remember, you've got my number. Whenever you're ready, give me a call. With that, he walked away as Izuku's friends congratulated him for his efforts. Sullivan, the day's finally here. How are you doing? Do you feel pretty good about your chances? Izuku, yeah, I do. Jerson's a great teacher. Sullivan, it doesn't surprise me that you think so. I remember there was once a young girl about your age that was doubting her abilities, and Jerson was there to give her the needed confidence. Izuku, wow. Jerson's even better than I thought. Anyways, we have to go? Come on, Ricky. Ricky jumped on Izuku's shoulder, and they left. Time skip. The misfit class was at the execution cannonball area. Sabro, victory is mine. Gomen, no, it's mine. Lied. Let's finish this up so I can go home and get back to my game. Jazz, I haven't worked out in forever. Elizabetta, please take it easy on me. Kamui, I swear I shall protect you. As Izuku, sir, let's show them what all your trainings led up to. Jerson, alrighty, kids. Settle down. It's time for the rules. He snapped his fingers and summoned a board with a video on it. The one with that heart. Heart. Execution cannonball. Super easy. Check it. 1. Each team should have one person stationed outside the field. 2. Everyone else stands within said field. 3. If the ball hits you, you're off the field. It's okay to attack from out of bounds. But please note, even if you hit someone, you cannot return to the field. 4. You may only use magic on the ball. Direct magic attacks on your opponent are forbidden. Ready? Let's all play execution cannonball. The video then ended. Jerson, that's the gist of it. Now, your promotions will be determined by which team triumphs, as well as by the rankings of the opponents you hit. Now here are the armbands for Team A and B. He showed them red and yellow bands. Jerson, Team A is yellow and Team B is red. After you put him on, split up. Students, okay. They all walked to Jerson. However, as they got their armbands, Izuku, Ricky, and Az realized something. Izuku and Ricky, as well as Clara, were on Team A, but Az was on Team B. Izuku, oh. Ricky, not good. Az, excuse me. Why are you dividing us this way? Placing my friend, Master Izuku, and me on separate teams is simply ludicrous. Jerson, sorry Az. I may be a friend to you and your friends, but I'm still a teacher. And as a teacher, I can't just play favorites. As such, I had no choice but to place you on B team to even out the power balance. Az sighed but complied. Clara, yay, I'm with Izuku, Kins, and Rick. Izuku, hey Az. Az, what is it, Master Izuku? Izuku, don't go easy on us. Az, huh? But, Ricky, he's right, Asmo. If you hold back on us, how can any of us rank up? Az, well, okay, but I still hope you win, Izuku, sir. Izuku, thanks. Jerson, all right, kids. Begin. Izuku, it's finally time, Ricky. Ricky, let's do this, Seiji. Sabro, what's the matter? Hurry up and throw the ball. Lied, good idea. How about right at him? Remember, he let all our traps hit him when he arrived in class that day. Gomen, great idea. Aloser, seize the day, as they say. Lied. So who's gonna throw it? Can we? I'd be delighted to. Gomen, let me be the one. But then, Jazz, who was on Team A, snatched the ball. Jazz, too late, sorry. Lied. When do you even? Jazz, and pass. He handed the ball to Sabro. Sabro, indeed. Which one of you suicidal fools is ready to receive my ball? Crossel made an ice wall to protect her, but when Sabnok threw the ball, the ice wall shattered and lightly hit Crossel on the head. But then, Kamui zoomed over to grab the ball. Kamui, this ball just hit a girl. Lied. Yeah, but he caught it, so she's safe. But then, Kamui just handed it to Elizabetta. Kamui, here. I'd love to get to know you better. Lied. Forget it, that's an out. Gomen, you do realize you're giving the enemy the ball, right? Jerson, they're right, Kamui. You crossed onto the enemy's side, so you're out. Lied, hang on. Time out. He, Aloser, and Gomen started beating Kamui up. Lied. What the hell, you stupid bird? You blew it, thanks a lot. Jerson, kids, lay off him. I will not tolerate this behavior. Lied, Aloser, and Gomen. Yes, sir. Crossel then saw a bunch of different balls rolling towards her. Courtesy of Clara. Ricky, geez. That's a lot of sports balls. Elizabetta. Goodness, there are balls everywhere. Jazz, oh. No, which one's the real one? Sabro. This is another trial to become the Demon King. Lied. We should look for it, too. Gomen, you're right. Sabro, found it. My eyes do not deceive me. He held up a purple football-like ball with horns, eyes, and sharp teeth. Ricky, I don't think that's the right one, MT Sabro. Pissarro, you guys are so loud. He slammed his hands on the ground and manipulated the earth to throw everyone back, as well as cause the balls to fly everywhere. Ricky, where's the ball? Izuku, over there. He pointed to the ball. Izuku rushed to the ball and caught it. Ricky, nice catch, Seiji. Clara, you're amazing, Izuku-kins. Who? Sabro. Well done, my stout-hearted rival. Jerson, a well-done catch, kid. However, Agars, you're out. You used your magic on something other than the ball. Not only that, but you nearly hit your own teammates, which is much worse. Pissarro, only because they're all so noisy. He floated away. Izuku, all right. Here goes nothing. Jazz, you show them the true power of the honor student, Izuku. However, Sabro then took the ball. Sabro, that was an excellent catch, my stalwart rival. I'll handle the attack. He then threw the ball at Az. However, he caught it without even looking. How dare you disrupt my focus? He threw the ball at Sabro and hit him. Jerson, you're out, Sabnok. Sabro complied. Ricky, yikes. This'll be a bit more difficult than I thought. Clara, I'll avenge you, Sabro. She threw it to but he caught it and threw it back. Hard. Ricky, watch out. He got in front of Clara, and the ball was slammed into his gut. Crack. Everyone flinched hearing that. Izuku, Ricky. Ricky doubled over and began coughing up a lot. Jerson, youch. He went over to pick Ricky up. Jerson, I'll take care of your friend. Don't worry. Izuku. Thank you, Jerson. As time went on, more and more people were taken down. Until finally, it was just Izuku and Jazz. The only ones left are Asmodius and Izuku. Ricky, you coughs, you got this, say coughs, Seiji. Coughs. Jerson, easy there, little bud. The others were cheering on their respective teammates. Izuku come at me with all you've got. Nodded. You got it, Master Izuku. He unleashed a blazing aura. Jerson, this is where your training with me pays off. Use that brain of yours. Threw the ball, with it being engulfed in fire, at Izuku. Izuku, here goes. Time to put this magic to good use. Izuku ran to the ball and grabbed it. It began pushing him back, but then he engulfed the ball in water magic, thus extinguishing the flames and allowing Izuku to stop being pushed back. Jerson, using water magic on the ball to put out the flames that were pushing him back. Smart move, kid. Izuku, my turn. This is from my training with Ricky all those years ago. The ball was then engulfed in aura. Izuku, aura sphere. He shot the aura sphere at He tried to dodge it, but aura sphere is not something you can avoid, so he ended up getting hit. Little did they know, the student council saw that happen. Jerson, and that's game. The winners of the match are none other than Team A. Izuku, we won. We won. Ricky, not we, Seiji. Coughs, you won. His teammates ran to him, complimenting him for his efforts. Sabro, well done, my brave rival. Elizabetta, yeah, like a boss. Jazz, let's give him a lift. Come on. They all began throwing Izuku up in the air as celebration. But then, Ricky began coughing more. Izuku, Ricky. They all let Izuku back down on the ground. Izuku, Ricky, are you okay? Ricky kept on coughing violently until he suddenly spat out. Izuku, wait, isn't that? Ricky, the Everstone I swallowed. Sabro, why would you? Ricky, I was 18 months old, okay? Izuku, it looks like the Everstone was what broke. Not your ribs. Ricky, seems like it. Then, he began to glow a bright light. Izuku, no way. What's happening to Ricky? Izuku, he's evolving. Clara, well? Rick grew up. Ricky, finally. I'm finally a Lucario. He and Izuku fist bumped each other. Jerson then walked over to Izuku. Jerson, hey Izuku. Here. He handed Izuku. Jerson, Izuku, I hereby approve your promotion to Bet. Izuku, yes. Ricky, great job, Seiji. Jerson, now kids. If you're feeling bummed about missing out on a promotion, don't fret. There'll be plenty other exams coming up, so you better work hard. Class dismissed. After that, everyone began to leave. Later that night, Izuku, and that's what happened. Sullivan, I'm so proud of you, my dear grandson. Izuku, thanks, Grandpa. After that, they went to bed. So, this was the end of part 1 of this series. Stay tuned for next part of this series, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.